It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
It's a wonderful way of life.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Get it!
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's a beautiful place to live, it really, really is.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
I wonder what the temperature is chocolate today.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
This is like the final frontier.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, England.
There's no reason for me to go back to the UK. I have nothing there.
And begin their new lives.
What could possibly go wrong, Al?
Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
I know, it ain't rocket science.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Voila!
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
We're starting to get sleepless nights because you're starting to get worried.
It's great. What more could I want?
On today's show, a disaster in the kitchen.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Can the newest bar in Javier run a successful service?
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us.
Can this top-end hotel
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
handle a packed paella party?
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. It's all part and parcel.
And the thespians
And again.
bringing drama to Bordeaux. But will a new baby scupper their plans?
We fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck.
Javier in southern Spain. With year-round sun and crystal clear waters, it's the jewel on the Costa Blanca. It's also much cheaper to live here than in the UK. A 3-course meal for 2 costs just €35 or £24. So it's easy to see why so many expats call this home. Steve Stallion, his fiancée Kelly and mother-in-law Gail have been in Javier for 2 months now, chasing their dream.
You feel like you've got a good life, and that's what I think is important to us. And that's what we always strive for, is a good workplace, you know, like being able to have a family business gives you that freedom, but then also having a place where we live, where, you know, we can, like on our day off, go to the beach.
The family have just opened their new bar and grill, Gecko. But after busting a gut to open, some locals were not impressed.
Prices are not going to be very popular up here. They will die a death within 6 months.
It's the morning after opening. Steve and Gail are coming to terms with their feedback.
Value for money is basically what we need to be. It's a really good quality at competitive pricing. So we want to go and have a look around locally and just sort of see where they're at. We will just go and have a little nose around and sit and have a little drinky poo.
We're going on our pub crawl. We're going to do some costing the hard way.
Javier is a tourist hotspot with dozens of bars and restaurants catering for a variety of tastes and budgets. So Gail and Steve need to make sure Gecko is competitive.
These are recommendations, and then you know what you've got is you've got your Vino della Casa, which is your Botella, £9.50. Yeah.
How much
so
per
under
glass?
10, and then £1.80 a copper.
A what?
A copper glass.
That's quite cheap, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the Vino della Casa.
That's about £1.30 for a glass of house wine. Much cheaper than the UK and cheaper than Gecko too.
Tastes that. Quite fruity, I must say. It's nice.
They only do that by the glass, everything else is by the bottle.
Okay.
Okay.
With the house wine sorted,
Did you take the name of that wine? I want to price the bottle.
it's a short walk to the next bar.
Uno sangria. Gecko, vodka.
How much is it?
£4.80.
$4.80 for a tot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go for a red label.
So draft sangria and a coffee for Steve, whiskey and soda for Gail. But how will these prices compare to Gecko?
The espresso is well cheap. I mean, espresso is €1, which is like dirt cheap.
We're here. Is that
Well,
what
just
you
generally
pay?
dirt cheap. I mean, we can't afford to do cafe solo for €1. So the sangria, And they're charging €4.20 for that. I was only going to do ours at $4.50 or $4.75.
How
It's
much do we
quaffable.
pay for the whiskey?
€5.
Steve and Gail have had a wake-up call. They need to lower their prices. But with their combined experience, they're certain they'll make it work.
He has the expertise, gosh, is that whiskey doing?
What it's meant to?
In this business, really. You do. I have other expertise. It's
Drinking it.
But Gecko will never survive selling drinks alone. They are going to have to organise a food menu too. And with the summer holidays just 4 weeks away, it's vital they move quickly, or else the busy tourist season will simply pass them by. Bordeaux, southwest France. Set on the banks of the River Garonne, this elegant city recently bagged the title of Europe's best destination. Thanks to its graceful streets and squares boasting theatres, fine art galleries, excellent restaurants and stylish shopping. It's now home to 16,000 British expats enjoying the cosmopolitan culture. Until last year, Stephanie and Connor Irwin were jobbing actors in London's Theatreland. But when they got married in Bordeaux, they fell in love with this city. 4 months later, they said goodbye to the rat race and bonjour to a new life.
We decided, okay, right, we're going to start having children. Do we want to raise them in a busy, big city like London?
Just found Bordeaux and the Aquitaine in general is such an incredible part of France.
Steph and Connor have landed jobs teaching English, but it's not what they're here for. They have a dream. They want to set up a theatre school for aspiring actors in Bordeaux.
There's a lot of culture here. They've got an opera house, they've got lots of little small theatres, but they don't have any theatre training as such. That it's missing that element that I think I think there's a gap in the market here, so I'm just going to pursue that, and that's basically my dream.
Steph already speaks French, so the workshops will be bilingual. But this will be the first time Steph and Connor have worked together. Things could be about to get interesting.
Steph is a very determined person. She can be a bit stubborn,
No,
a bit difficult.
don't believe every word he says.
There's a lot of compromise, let's put it that way.
On my part, I let him
needs to be
think he's
done.
my boss. Not really, we're equal partners. So we basically, we fail or we float together. It is all hands on deck. It's gonna work.
It will work, it will work.
But there's an added complication. Steph is 7 months pregnant. They plan to set up a new business and have a baby, all in the next 2 months.
Merci. He is the workshops. I'll have the kid in a sling or whatever and just like
Yeah, exactly.
walk around breastfeeding all day.
The baby is due in 8 weeks. But Steph and Connor have ambitious plans to stage their first drama workshop in just a month's time. So they need to find a suitable space. Dance teacher Audrey is prepared to let her studio.
This is really good because it's not too big.
To secure the space, they need to fork out €600 before they've made a single cent.
C'est 2 chèques, hein? 2 chèques.
Oui, là, les chiffres.
Nobody I know actually uses textbooks anymore. But in France, that's still a big deal.
And there's a mountain of paperwork to sign.
Brilliant. La bureaucratie française, hein?
Oh,
Wow.
je peux te faire ça super plus simple.
French love paperwork. Ok, alors merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Super.
À très vite.
Oui, à bientôt. Merci. Once you book the theatre, once you book the space, there's no going back.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've paid the deposit, we've put the money down. July 18th, no matter what, we will be here. So we've got 5 weeks to get a handful of willing participants. And
I'm nervous. I'm quite nervous. I know I'm very optimistic underneath, but I'm quite nervous. But yeah, I'm just a bit nervous. Let's get flying, I suppose.
A new country, a new business and a new baby. It's going to be a dramatic few weeks in Bordeaux.
something's going to arrive in a few weeks that is going to entirely change our lives. So even more reason why the business really has to work, because it's not just us we have to think about anymore. It's a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Villanueva del Rosario is a hidden treasure nestled in the heart of Andalusia. A stone's throw from the stunning El Torcal National Park, the limestone hills here provide a spectacular backdrop for this quaint village, with its tiny cobbled streets and traditional white houses. Set amongst the olive groves is this stunning boutique hotel. It's run by Yvonne and Ray Williams, who left high-powered jobs in the UK and sunk over €1 million into their dream of running a luxury hotel.
I'm very strong on attention to detail, as a lot of people pick up when they stay here. Everything colour coordinates, even the tissue box.
Just half an hour from the coast, this region really is the heart of Spain. And money in these parts goes a long way. A 3-bed country house can be snapped up for less than €200,000, giving you the chance to live in one of the most spectacular parts of Spain.
It's completely different. You can't compare life here with life in the UK. There's no way in the world we could afford to live in a place like this in the UK.
But though life is great, the business is only just breaking even. So Yvonne and Ray are now hosting weddings, and just yesterday put on a do for almost 100 Brits. The wedding was a huge success. But now it's the next morning, and it's time to pick up the pieces from the night before.
It's your home, and we've chosen to share our home with lots of people because we think it's a unique home to share, and that's the price you pay.
But the show must go on.
Where that energy came from, I have no idea.
Tidying up after yesterday's wedding isn't the only thing on their plate today. Yvonne and Ray are now hosting a traditional paella party for the wedding guests.
They've got a potato, mustard and chorizo salad, and a pasta with tuna fish, a green salad, couscous with Mediterranean vegetables and feta cheese, and a tomato and onion salad.
Today, Yvonne is in charge of all the cooking.
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. And there's a lot to do. Plus, run the bar during the day. They've all been here all day. And they leave everything everywhere, so you have to keep going around tidying up. So, I mean, they're on holiday, and that's what you expect. It's all part and parcel. If you couldn't clear up somebody's mess, you wouldn't be doing this job.
Soon, the pool area is full of hungry guests, tucking into Yvonne's starter. But there's a problem. Within minutes, the starter has run out. So groom James and his friend have come to find out what's gone wrong.
I apologise, but I've a quarter of a portion and shared it with friends.
No,
some people are eating as well, people who've paid for it.
There wasn't 50
but the people that have paid for it should eat. I put out.
There's not 50.
I put out 59 plates though.
The plates are fine. It's just not the food. It's one plates. That's the issue.
The plates are not there. They've had 59 plates go out.
But they're not been a full portion on them plates.
It's only a starter. Side salads.
That's fine then.
Paella to come.
Ah, that's fine then.
Well, at least that's sorted.
They didn't realise it was a starter. They thought it was all they were going to get, despite the fact they're coming to a paella party. But
There's
anyway,
no paella on the table there, and they can see it being cooked. Peace has been restored.
peace has been restored.
This has been an emotionally gruelling weekend. And as Ray leaves to head back to the UK for a meeting...
See you later.
See you Friday.
Yvonne is left to ponder their future in the wedding business. In Javier, on the Costa Blanca, the stallion family are getting to grips with the pressures of living and working together. Kelly Steve and his mother-in-law Gail moved from Plymouth 2 months ago.
Oh, the glorious life of living in Spain, I tell you.
Oh, watch your glass, Kelly.
Sun, sea, washing up every day. That reminds me, I've got a load of washing up. What were you doing, woman?
What I do best.
You were doing this, weren't you? Steve, take her away. She's winding me up. Mother!
They are living in this traditional Spanish villa with a pool, which they're renting for just €700 a month. For that amount, they'd only be able to afford a small terraced house back home.
This is my room, and just look at the view. The sea is over there. Outside my window, I sleep like this at night. I love it. I love this room. The pool is there. We're all together. We live together. It's great. I feel like I'm back home. I feel like I'm back where I belong, because I love England, and it is the country of my nationality, but this is where to be, I'm telling you.
The Stallions are hoping their new bar will fund their new life. So far, they've only been serving drinks. Now they're branching out into food, and that will make or break the bar. So today, it's time to buy supplies.
I don't see a price on this. Oh, there, $3.95.
Like the most important thing for me and for us, quality is everything. So that's why we've been trying so hard we've been shopping around so hard to make sure that we get the stuff that we're happy with, which I know is the right quality.
Can we have a kg, please?
Steve plans to serve high quality meat.
Just be made delicious.
But there are no guarantees this posh nosh will go down well with the customers.
If we don't get our food right, it could really close us, I reckon, because people want food.
Let's take them all.
Nice to, yeah.
But yeah, I feel very stressed about it. I just don't like to talk about it. I just go,
Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend.
Back at the bar, and it's finally time for Steve to see if his customers will share his passion for fine food.
I'm not a chef, but I love to cook, and I think I can do a good job of putting out this style of food that we want to do.
Steve and Gail both hope Gecko will soon have a reputation for serving the best food in Javier.
I would like to think they'd come up for a nice steak. It'll be 1, 2, 3. The word will get around. If you want a good steak, go to the Gecko grill.
It's 6 o'clock and the first orders are coming in.
A cheese-head tomato and a ham and cheese.
But it seems the customers' palates are not as posh as Steve hoped for.
Wonderful.
What, toasties?
Like your style.
The customers do too.
I made them a cheese and onion toasty, and they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. When we wrote our menus, I never put toasties on there, but they're really popular.
They're quite nice when it goes with drinking.
Just because they're cheap and easy to do, that's why people like it.
Absolutely. Cheese and tomato with a ham, $2.75. Are you happy with that?
Perfect.
Cheap food is going down a storm, and if you can't beat them...
What are the kiddies having?
I said, just pick up some cheap ham. Because we've got this really nice ham. I said, just get the cheap ham,
But this really is not the gastronomic experience Steve was aiming for.
Well, I think that our clients' needs are very different here to what we expected. Definitely from what I expected. And that's the thing that we've had to adjust to more than anything. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to end up hating toasties.
The big question is, will Steve ever be able to tempt the tourists away from their toasties? Bordeaux. It has everything a big city needs. For ex-Londoners Steph and Connor Irwin, it's a perfect place to bring up a family.
You know, I love London. London's a fantastic city, but in London it's very much about you're working, you're living to work, and it's all about work. And
here, the pace is just more chilled. They just value things, or their priorities are slightly different in the way they work, and that comes through in the way they raise their kids, they take their time.
Steph and Connor plan to set up a bilingual theatre school. The first workshop is only 4 weeks away, but they don't have a single booking. They need to get the word out on social media. But they've woken up to a major problem. There's a power cut.
this is what happens when you live in a house that's a building that's 250 years old. Now there's nothing there anyway. No. I don't know. Oh, actually, there's a box in here as well.
We do everything online, so when you lose the internet or you have any problems with electricity, it's just a total pain. So, yeah, you basically just need to stalk your landlord.
Our today is going to be a bit of a setback because we need to get online to get things done and email people and stuff.
Yeah. I'm too pregnant to care right now.
Time for plan B. They're going to have to put the legwork in, dropping flyers around town.
So for now, it's business card size and the little flyers, and then we'll add posters to that shortly. So there you go.
The Queen once called Bordeaux the very essence of elegance.
Juste les flyers. Merci.
Its graceful streets are home to a variety of trendy art shops and impressive theatres.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
We have some flyers for our drama workshop that we're just going to leave here. Okay. Perfect. One side is English and one side is French. Okay. Okay. Merci beaucoup. Merci.
Merci.
Au revoir.
There are only a few high-rise blocks in Bordeaux. It's part of the city's charm, but this means the streets are sprawling. And after just an hour, Steph is exhausted.
I'm quite pooped. Trying to organise stuff yourself when you haven't got internet, or when the weather's a bit kind of humid but wet, and no electricity. There's just a combo of things today which are a bit frustrating. Kind of got to get to grips with how immobile you become when you're pregnant.
But with the workshop in just 4 weeks and no confirmed students, this is not good news for Steph and Connor's new business.
It's great, but yeah, the bump's I'm getting a bit sick of it now, I have to say. I just feel like an Oompa Loompa, and yeah. And in France, everyone's so glamorous, and now I just want cake and ice cream and a bath. And yeah, that's about it for now.
That should keep you quiet for a while.
It's been 6 weeks since Ray and Yvonne Williams held their first big wedding bash at their exclusive hotel. And they've been thinking hard about their future in the wedding business.
We've got to feel comfortable that they understand it's our home, and not just a commercial wedding venue.
Ray and Yvonne think smaller weddings could be the way forward. So tomorrow they're hosting another celebration, only this time it's for 26 guests.
You're down for 2 things, one at 5 o'clock and one at 2.
This wedding was a last-minute booking over the internet, and Yvonne is doing all the catering herself.
Absolutely everything's down to me, so there's a huge responsibility. It's hard work because there's a lot of planning goes into it. Because to be honest, whether you've got 28 or 128, the planning is the same.
In just a few hours, the wedding couple are arriving to see the hotel for the very first time. Yvonne is really feeling the pressure.
Flamenco troupe are bringing a CD or a plug-in to dance to.
I don't know that. Okay.
Well, I only found out yesterday, but you need to buy a music set for the Alhambra today. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on a wedding. The important thing is that everybody knows what they've got to do, timetabling, clear directions, and that people follow those directions and not go off on their own little agenda.
The highlight of the wedding is a flamenco troupe who'll perform in the walled gardens. Ray's in charge. He's going to have to make a last-minute dash to the shops for a CD player. But that's not all that's on his list.
I need 13 ramekin dishes of equal size. I think they come in packets of 4.
How many?
13.
Oh, I'm going to make it 14.
Well, I need 13, so make sure...
If it's packets of 2.
Ray has just 2 hours to buy the items on Yvonne's list and get home ready to meet the bride and groom.
How am I supposed to get 14 ramekins on a Friday afternoon in the middle of nowhere? If I owned a ramekin shop, I'd put a balloon there saying ramekin shops are here.
Meanwhile, there's no end to Yvonne's to-do list. But there's one thing she can't control.
Saturday at the moment is looking cloudy all day. Right the way through. I can't believe, beginning of September in Spain, it's always beautiful.
It's 2:30. In 10 minutes' time, the bride and groom-to-be will arrive. And Ray is back just in time.
Oh, they're not they won't work. They're to be glass. No, they won't work. They won't work at all. They have to be glass. They're for timbala rice.
But there's nothing.
Yes, they had them yesterday. Glass ones, round ones. They won't work. They won't work at all. It's probably heavy, is it? Well, they're not. I mean, I can't serve that size rice to somebody.
You said you'd strip the shop.
Right. Well, they're not going to work. How difficult is it to get ramekin dishes? I don't know.
But there's no time to worry now. The bride and groom have just arrived.
Well, you can either have the table there, so you're looking at the mountain and Ray's facing this way.
I wanted a boutique hotel somewhere in a little village that was whitewashed with a little white chapel. I saw the reviews for this place, which were fabulous. I looked at the pictures, and I don't think I looked at anything else then, did I?
No.
I saw the pictures, and that was it.
This is the first time Amy and Kerry have visited the hotel.
This is where you're walked, from here down here, OK? This is your aisle.
After a guided tour...
Somehow or another, we need to get somebody up there to take a photograph for you. That's the bedroom that you're not using.
What's the verdict?
It's exactly as I wanted it to be. It's quaint, it's out in the country, away from all the hustle and bustle. It's peaceful. I think we both loved the outside, don't we? We loved the views, the surroundings, but also I think the inside is really just exactly what we were looking for. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
Before the guests arrive, Yvonne needs to prepare a 3-course wedding breakfast. And Ray, well, he's going to be the master of ceremony.
As soon as Yvonne gave us the offer of Ray, I think I felt like I knew Yvonne anyway through all the emails that we've sent back and forth. So it was quite personal, but at the same time, it wasn't a family member doing it, so it almost felt that little bit more formal. So it worked out perfect for us.
As Kerry and Amy prepared for their wedding celebrations, they reflected on what it is that they love about each other.
The clock is ticking. Ray and Yvonne have a mountain of prep still to do. They'll soon find out if smaller weddings really are the answer to their life in the sun.
No man was ever shot by his wife while doing the dishes.
In Bordeaux, Steph and Connor are dreaming of a new life with a new family in a city that seems to have it all.
From May to September, the weather's really good, so every weekend everyone goes to the beach.
Yeah.
And that's what people do for the weekends, go to the beach. And then in the winter, everyone goes skiing.
The couple plan to open a new drama school, and now their first workshop is just a week away. But there's a setback. Pregnant Steph's under doctor's orders to rest up completely.
We've come across some health stumbling blocks which have kind of affected how much we could get done, and I'm a hippo. I just want everything organised already.
Terribly, Steph is a terribly impatient person.
I'm not. Just about this. I don't think I'm...
The impatience is magnified because she's pregnant and she's like, get this baby out of me.
Oh my God, if I sit on you, I'm going to break a rib. So I warn you to choose your words carefully. I'll throw something at you.
Steph's the only one who can speak French, so this puts them in an impossible position.
We're going to have to postpone next week.
Yeah.
It's about first impressions, and if we go ahead with next week, and I'm there on my own, and I don't have
my support,
Steph's support with the language and helping me with the workshop in terms of because it's a bilingual workshop, then it's going to leave a really bad impression. Steph's baby's coming early, mine's baby's delayed. I'm really not happy at all, but when you look at the reality of it, like Steph's not able to be there. There's just no way she's going to be able to be.
More chocolate.
How would this benefit? How would I benefit from this workshop?
The workshops are on hold until after the baby arrives. But to make sure they have students to teach, they're making an internet advert.
Intro ×2 together.
For 2 actors, it should be simple.
Wouldn't it be better to start with something like, rather than going who we are, it's like, we are Drama Studio Bordeaux, and this is what we're doing, and then who we personally are.
You clearly seem to have to know what people watching will think, so we'll go with that. I don't agree, but I'm totally happy to go with it. This is why I write by myself while writing. It's a solitary process.
The collaborative process is fraught with disagreement and tension.
So annoying. This drives me crazy.
And once the camera's rolling...
Just kind of, will you take your time with who you are and your experience of things better?
Thanks. Hello, my name is Connor Irwin. I am the founder of...
Cut. Okay, stop for a second. So we're going to do it like a chat where...
Oh, okay. All right, we're chatting now.
Yeah.
You're directing me too much now.
Yeah, stop pressing the photograph button. Bonjour, je m'appelle Stéphanie.
Physical theatre and film.
Okay, maybe the way you're sitting is making you too chill.
But stop worrying about my mistakes.
Not mistakes, I said foibles.
Don't patronise me either.
I'm not at all.
And again.
Perhaps a wardrobe change will make all the difference.
Is it better?
I have to do it like that. One more time, a cost-effective way to approach training.
And the exits are on the left, on the right, and the middle over the wing, and that's
I'm trying to be...
It's very aerostessy.
I'm having a contraction, hold on a second. 3, 2, 1.
Say a sentence.
En français ou en anglais. Cut. Someone pass me a cornetto. Thanks.
Getting the ad uploaded quickly is vital to get the students signing up. But the relentless push to promote the workshop is taking its toll on Steph.
Stephanie's gone to sleep already.
The ad is ready to go live. But will Steph and Connor really be able to cope with a newborn and a new business? Or will their teaching aspirations have to take a back seat? It's September in the Spanish hills. Yvonne and Ray are preparing for a wedding. Already, emotions are running high.
I've spent hours doing a timetable, and I've got lunches to do, I've got food to prepare, and Ray keeps stealing people to go off and do other things. So it's just a little bit frustrating.
The last wedding was organised by a planner and caterers. Today, Ray and Yvonne are in charge. It means they will make more money, but with that comes higher stress levels.
You keep taking people away that I've got on my schedule to be helping me to do things.
I'm not taking
2 o'clock is when you set up the service with Juana. It's a lot to do before 3 o'clock, but 2 plates of canapes are ready. They just got to go into the deep fat fryer.
Yvonne's in charge of all the food for the day, including a lavish 3-course wedding breakfast.
These are all for after the ceremony, but I've got to obviously prepare as much as I can. And then while they're all off doing photographs and things, I can get the rest of the food ready.
So far, Yvonne's hospitality is going down well with bride Amy.
We've had lunch delivered to her, drinks delivered to her. This has been set up like a little salon, so we had a lovely breakfast this morning. So all gone perfectly well to this point.
But there's a very dark cloud hanging over proceedings.
We're worried about the weather. So, and we've got nowhere to move the whole, well, we can move it inside, but you can't do it at the last minute, so you have to make a decision. It's looking like it's going to heave down just about when they have their dinner. Be prepared that we're going to have to turn it into a buffet type thing in the house. So that's the only thing we can do. At least it's not raining yet.
Ray's busy outside.
I'll lean on it like this, or do something to hold it in place.
He's running through his role as the master of ceremony.
We have all the wedding guests arrayed here. Somebody's on cue to play the music. So I've got to go get myself prepped now and start to look like a celebrant, or wherever it is, and reread the lines before I forget them.
It's 3 o'clock. The venue is set.
You can tell a man put the tablecloth on.
Well, no, the wind blew.
I wish I wasn't a perfectionist. I really do. I really, really do wish I wasn't a perfectionist. It drives me mad. I drive myself mad, let alone everybody else.
There's still the threat of a storm. But now the countdown is on for Ray's starring role.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They are late.
Ooh, maybe they've changed their minds. But soon, everyone's ready to take their places.
Hey, I like it. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks again for doing this, we really appreciate it.
And it's the bride's big moment.
Marriage, as most of us understand it, is a voluntary and full commitment. It is made in the deepest sense, to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with a desire and hope that it will last for life. May your love be a long source of excitement, contentment, affection, respect, and devotion to one another. You may seal this with a kiss.
Ah, good work, Ray.
I never thought I'd be doing such a thing as this. But it's nice to see when it comes together and everybody's smiling, and thank goodness the weather held off. I hope it just came over well.
Yvonne and Ray now have to get dinner ready. But the Spanish storm is still lurking in the mountains. Could all their effort be about to go to waste? In Javier, after a frustrating first food service, Kelly and Steve Stallion have left Grandma Gail babysitting to take a well-earned break from the business.
Oh, man, this is too much good stuff.
The couple are self-confessed foodies, so this town has totally won them over.
We do like, well, we used to go out like this quite a bit. You know, we like to go out and try food. We like the finer things.
We'd rather come here and swank out here, somewhere like here, rather than go out and smash it up at a nightclub, wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah, we don't go to the pub. We're not pub people. We're food and wine.
Yeah, definitely. So this is like coming here. Actually, it's amazing. I'm really excited now.
I know. I feel strange that I haven't got food being chucked at me from some direction where Millie's sitting.
Tonight reminds Steve and Kelly why they came here in the first place.
We have a selection of various cheeses and also the red corn carpaccio, the Huvo and Camp Rose. Yeah, so 2 glasses of that. I'm actually loving it. I don't miss England at all.
But the Stallions still have a long way to go before they're dining out on their own success. 24 hours later, it's back to business at their own bar. But tonight, there's not a toasty in sight.
Are you wanting to eat?
Please, have you got a menu?
Yes, sure.
As well as their regulars, Steve has a booking of 6 and they've asked for something special.
That one's a nice big piece as well.
They want homemade fish and chips. It's not on the menu, but Steve's happy to oblige because these customers could become regulars.
They've got a house here and they come out sort of regularly all through the year.
In true Steve style, he's sourced top quality cod and is even making homemade batter.
Have they decided on what they want to start?
I'll go and find out now. Warm goat's cheese salad or Caesar salad with chicken. Do I see 4 goats?
Yes, 4 goats.
And 2 Caesars?
As more customers come in, the orders are starting to stack up.
Have you got this one, Stevie?
Having a jambalaya and a Spanish burger.
But now there's a big issue.
We're out of gas.
We haven't kept 2 on.
No, we only had enough money to go and get 1, didn't we?
To cut costs, they only bought 1 gas canister, and now Steve is feeling the heat.
Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Let's, you know what? We'll do what we can. An oversight is what we call it in this business.
That's one word for it.
I've lost the oven, but this is our big order time anyway, so as long as I can get this out...
I'm going to tell them the fish is looking good.
can tell them something.
The fish should be okay, but he needs a plan for the burgers.
Oh, I might be able to do the burgers in the microwave under the grill.
Phew, finally, it's service.
The chips aren't cooked enough. They're gone. Disaster, man.
We'd like to apologise for the inconvenience and can we offer you a free drink? They got their food, so what was it a winter pot? You know, I mean, Stevie did make it to the end.
Well, at least we've got the food out that's been ordered.
But what do the customers think?
And here we got some really high cuisine. That was really perfect.
Everything was freshly from the market. Really enjoyed it, yes.
He knows what he's doing.
Yes, oh yes.
So give him my compliments. Right?
Yes.
I had the Gecko burger tonight. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice.
So Gecko is now making a name for itself in Javier, despite a few teething problems.
You serve unless somebody's dead. That is the crack. That's what happens. You serve until you cannot serve anymore.
These are all learning curves for us. We're just like, you know, learning.
But even though the bar is on the way up, there's still a long way to go.
Might become the toasty queen. Go up to Gecko Bar, they do the best toasties.
Next time.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Sampling the Cape Verde way of life. But will this expat be put off making the move?
And I don't want to be falling out with people and then end up not being able to work.
Will the fairy tale Spanish wedding
Rapido.
be ruined by a storm?
We have got a few umbrellas out there, but other than that, they're going to get wet.
And can this French B&B
It's not bacon.
win over the final guests of the season?
And I sort of expect to be set up to fail.
Every year, thousands of Brits head to Europe for a dream new life.
I feel relaxed already.
And breathe.
But sunshine and scenery and a great lifestyle need to be paid for.
We have to get going, because that's what we're here for, to run a B&B.
So to fund their fairy tale,
Champagne tastes and lemonade money.
brave Brits are taking the plunge and going into business.
What could go wrong?
On this series, we follow those expats, setting up anything from bars and boat charters in Spain
Suddenly, all hell breaks loose.
to vineyards and B&Bs in France.
We're in trouble.
But will they flourish? Or will they fail?
We have no money. Oh, la la.
And can they really make a life in the sun pay?
If we don't give it a go now, there's always going to be that what if.
No pain, no gain.
On today's show, a dream life in the sun.
This is the Spanish countryside, so I think I've done well.
But can this expat get his business off the ground?
It's just another hurdle we've got to jump over. Nightmare.
Will a wedding reception at this Spanish hotel
Rapido.
be ruined by the weather?
We have got a few umbrellas out there, but other than that, they're going to get wet.
And can this French B&B
It's like a smell of bacon.
win over the final guests of the season?
I sort of expect to be set up to fail.
Andalusia in southern Spain. And just 25 miles north of Malaga is an inland paradise. Home to the stunning El Torcal Nature Reserve and some of the most impressive landscapes in the whole of Europe. The area is also home to two expat hoteliers, Yvonne and Ray Williams.
I'm never leaving. No, never. I'm going to be buried in my MG.
In the garden.
In the garden somewhere.
Sitting upright.
At the wheel.
At the wheel.
Parking ticket in one hand. Checkbook in the other.
Yvonne and Ray run a high-end 8-bedroom hotel with 7 gardens and a swimming pool. But they've needed an extra income source to make it profitable. So they are hoping to make the most of their stunning location and the gorgeous weather by hosting weddings. The first event was for almost 100 guests and proved a bit of a headache.
It has been quite stressful today. We're very tired. We've only had 2 hours sleep. And there's a lot to do.
Now they're hosting a smaller wedding celebration for Welsh bride and groom Amy and Kerry.
You may seal this with a kiss.
This is their last wedding of the year, and they're hoping it will be much easier. But they've been hit by freak weather. A storm's expected at the exact time the guests are due to eat the 3-course meal Yvonne's preparing.
I think we have to lay and go for it, and fingers crossed. If it goes wrong, then everybody's going to have to lift and shift their own plates indoors, and it'll be pandemonium, no doubt.
I don't think I even had any breakfast. Oh, I did. I had a yoghurt.
First on the menu, a feta cheese and phyllo pastry parcel.
I would have just liked to have been a little bit better prepared because my back's killing me. And I'd love to sit down and have a cup of tea. But we'll get somewhere in a minute.
The meal is due to be served in 45 minutes. Ray has the tricky job of laying the tables.
Figure out the names and where they're sitting.
Simple.
Alexis, Pauline, Rick. Oh no, I've got that wrong.
Or maybe not.
It's all a bit odd because there are odd numbers everywhere. So balancing it is, well, you can't. So we'll just do the best we can. Gemma, there's Gemma. Wrong way round.
The bride and groom are due to sit down any minute, but the storm is closing fast.
We have got a few umbrellas out there, but other than that, they're going to get wet. Because you know, there's nowhere for them to go.
Please stand and rise for the bride and groom and give them a hearty welcome.
All Yvonne can do is try to get the food out before the rain comes, so communication from the dining area is key.
Shall I get them to start the speeches?
I thought they had, because I'm
No,
waiting to
I've said
serve.
no.
I'm waiting to serve. I'm waiting to serve. Well, I thought they were doing their speeches. We're ready to serve. And shall I get them to start their speeches? Yes. I thought they were finishing. Never mind. It'll all come out in the wash.
The speeches are over.
Okay. Rapido.
It's now all hands on deck.
I'm going to help because this is going to go on forever.
Starters out. Yvonne swiftly moves to the main dish.
Is everything to your liking? It's okay?
Yeah, lovely.
And after a swift dessert of chocolate cake...
Would you like any wine with your dinner?
The meal is over. Phew, just in time.
Black grey clouds on either side of the peaks.
The party moves inside. But there's a problem.
You create the space you need and I'll tell the guests what's happening.
There's a flamenco troupe with nowhere to dance. Bordeaux in southwest France. A city of culture with medieval churches and trendy cafes. It is also only an hour from the nearest beach and a stone's throw from some of the best vineyards in the world. Former actors Steph and Connor Irwin have swapped a life in London for a city without the stress.
This is a major city. It's the capital of the Aquitaine, and we even see it. We can't believe how chill and in general, nobody rushes. No one rushes anywhere.
To fund their life here, Steph and Connor are setting up a drama school. The first workshop is just a couple of weeks away, but they've had more important things to deal with. The birth of their first child.
We'd like to introduce you to our daughter. This is Octavia Faye Irwin, weighing 8 pounds and 2 ounces. She's perfect, everything's perfect. And yeah, we can get back to the business of like building a life with her as a family.
Yeah.
We're a little Irish Bordelais family now. If we can do this, I think we can get the studio running after labour. I basically think there's nothing I can't do. Yeah, everything is possible.
It's 2 weeks later. The drama workshop is looming, and with Connor at school teaching English, Steph has stacks to do. But from now on, she has a baby in tow.
Don't hate me. Okay.
Today, Steph needs to buy props for the workshop.
Oh, great, I'm gonna have to pick her up.
But now she's working to Octavia's timetable.
Oh, I know you're hungry. I know. Shoo, 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 shoo. It's feeding time, and I gotta do that quick. Okay. Oh, perfect. Yawn, that's it. Keep yawning. Yawn your way back to sleep. That's what I need. Shush, 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 shush. God, I should have brought a bottle of express milk. I can't have her suck my thumb for the rest of the evening, so I'm gonna have to get moving. Yes! What do you think about this? Oh, she's so hungry, she's about to kick off.
Steph gives up, but nerves are beginning to show about tomorrow's event.
It is really important that it goes right, because we have to set a precedent.
I'm nervous and excited.
I think we're excited. I think we'll be nervous when the group arrive.
Grand. It's a workshop. There are lots of them here in London. It's grand. It's been a while, but it's grand. Yes. Big fake smile.
Yay.
The Costa del Sol, 160 kilometres of coastline and the gateway to the Andalusian hills. It's home to expat Nathan Williams, who moved here to set up a fishing business. Nathan is loving his new life in the villa he bought for €450,000. Had he been in England, this would have cost him at least twice as much.
This is the pool area, or the relaxation area, as I would call it. It's quite separate from the house, it's lower down. So when people are in the pool, if you're up in the house, you won't really hear it, which is nice.
Nathan swapped a semi in Surrey for the beautiful hillside village of Mijas. The village has managed to retain most of its charm, with cobbled, narrow, winding streets, dotted with quaint traditional shops and tavernas, and the views of the surrounding countryside are dazzling.
I'm not particularly a fan of city living. I prefer, like we are now, having space and not a lot of noise and neighbours. Bit of a country boy, I suppose you could say. But this is the Spanish countryside, so I think I've done well.
Nathan might love the lifestyle, but it hasn't been plain sailing with the business. He got his captain's licence late, and not all of his charters have quite gone to plan.
Come on, fishies. Scared them off.
With the summer season coming to an end, it's make or break time for the business. But he's hit another problem.
Yesterday, discovered a leak on the boat. It's coming from the coupling on the prop shaft. So the boat's come out of the water today. They're going to have a look at it. We're probably looking at a couple of days out of action, which is annoying because we're bookings back to back at the moment.
With the boat in dry dock, Nathan won't be earning a penny.
It's just another hurdle we've got to jump over. Nightmare. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's starting to wear off on me, the Spanish lifestyle of being pessimistic and everything taking 3 weeks.
If Nathan can't get out of the marina before the season ends, his whole dream here could be over. The French Dordogne. An area characterised by meandering rivers, ancient villages and sweeping countryside. It also serves up some of France's finest produce, including Bergerac wines and rare truffles. In Mahoy-sur-Belle, expats Alison and Richard are coming towards the end of their first season as B&B hosts in the country of their dreams.
Now, 10 months down the line, that I think I'm truly happy.
I love France, and I can think of no reason why anybody should really shun the idea of moving to France. It's absolutely great.
So they love their new home, but it's decision time when it comes to their B&B. With the season coming to an end, they need to decide if it's a job for them.
And it's only through sheer ignorance and stupidity that we've got where we are.
I said the other day, if we had known what we were doing, we wouldn't have done it.
But we have done it.
Despite opening later than they'd hoped, they've managed to host a few guests, but the latest feedback was not great.
It has hit us very, very badly.
It's now September and they have their final booking of the year.
It's too early. We're not early getting up in the morning, dogs. No, we're not.
It's their big chance to change their fortunes.
I have guests. I've got two very delightful ladies.
But these two are not your average tourists.
One ran a huge campsite in a restaurant with 70 covers, and then as a relief cook. And the other one, Scylla, has her own bed and breakfast. I'm glad I didn't know these things before they turned up.
It's breakfast service. And the guests have requested a full English. Alison is eager to please, but a certain fry-up ingredient has proved challenging to find in France.
We have had such a fuss finding something that even vaguely approaches bacon. That's ham. That could be bacon, except it's thick enough to make doorsteps out of. And that, when you cook it, shrivels up into nothing.
Next door, First guest Scylla is already chomping at the bit.
And this is partly why I came down slightly early for my breakfast. I can smell bacon. They couldn't find it in their local supermarket to begin with, but we asked if we could have it, and they've obviously found it somewhere.
I'm not a trained chef, and I sort of expect to be set up to fail, which is it's a stupid thing. I've got to get over it.
But Richard's always there to encourage his wife.
Oh, that looks good.
Doing my best, darling.
Serving up, though, is a bit of a handful.
Where to put this? I never thought a dining table with only 2 people on it would be too small. Hey, enjoy.
All Alison can do now is wait and hope for a good verdict.
Good morning. Have you got everything you need?
Absolutely lovely.
I thought I could...
This will keep us going all day.
So it's OK, is it?
Lovely.
Good. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it's been wonderful, really, and very attentive to everything that we've needed. So that's been good.
And you couldn't ask for more, really.
Cooking breakfast this morning for 2 ladies who have run their own catering establishments was quite daunting in many ways.
I don't see why, darling. You're a top-class cook.
You're biased.
Thumbs up from her #1 fan. And her guests are happy too.
It's not that often that you sort of say decaf and it appears almost immediately. Could we have bacon? And people go on a bacon hunt. So you
3 shots.
It's been a stressful morning, but Alison and Richard's latest booking has confirmed that opening their B&B was a good choice.
We are definitely proud of what we've achieved so far, and there's more to come.
Come on board.
For the past week, Fuengirola fisherman and expat Dean Hoyle has been chasing a dream.
Right, let's go fishing.
At the start of the summer, Dean was adamant he could repeat his Spanish success on the Cape Verde Islands.
There you go.
Oh, Nick's got one too.
Everyone wants to fish with Dean's charters. But now they'll have to come to Cape Verde and fish with Dean's charters. Because that's where Dean will be.
So Dean headed to the island of Sal to see if he could make his dream a reality. The island of Sal, Cape Verde, one of 10 unique islands lying off the coast of West Africa. Around 1,000 kilometres south of the Canary Islands, the sun rarely stops shining here, with temperatures unlikely to fall below 24 degrees. The islands have become known as the African Caribbean, with stunning sandy beaches, dramatic surf and amazing fishing.
Where are you from? Hey. What city?
Ahora de Granada.
Granada. I can't support Fuengirola.
Dean has certainly been tempted by the fish.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's a 10-kilo wahoo. Wahoo!
Now his trip is drawing to a close, and it's time to decide whether he should risk setting up here.
It's on par with Spain. There's a lot of nice bars on the beach and around. There's a lot of good bars, a lot of good restaurants as well.
Local tour guide Blinky is giving him the lowdown on the area.
I think the first thing about if you want to move to Cape Verde is you have to have a laid-back attitude. This is our local drink, which is called grog. Would you like to just try a little?
Get him in there.
It's such a laid-back country that if you can't go with that, then you wouldn't like it here.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
That's it. And you feel
That's
it
all
going
right.
down? Yep.
That's good, man. We bien.
Property in Sal is exceptional value. Dean could buy a penthouse apartment here for less than €150,000.
Positives, cheaper to live, cheaper to operate a business. And I think possibly, maybe, a lifestyle that's I think could be slightly better than living in Spain.
But though it may be a better lifestyle, there are things here that do concern Dean.
Whether I'm going to be safe here if I have an argument or fall out of any other person, because it happens. You know, people do fall out. and I don't want to be falling out with people and then end up not being able to work.
And it's not just himself he has concerns for.
And security is a big issue. I mean, the boat, this is how the boats are left every night. You leave your boat, you walk away. And if you get a bad storm, then the boats could end up being washed up onto the beach. So all the investment you've made in that boat could end up being broke up on the beach.
At the start of the summer, Dean was confident Cape Verde was definitely the place for him.
It's crazy, that is.
But after just a week here, he has been left with some serious doubts.
There's just a few things here that I've got to give serious thought to and find out from someone else, a lawyer maybe, if this this information I've got is correct. I'm in no rush. I'll just think about it, have a ponder on it. There's no rush.
So like his fellow fisherman, Nathan, Dean is facing an uncertain future. In Bordeaux, Connor and Steph Irwin's big day has finally arrived. They're holding their first bilingual drama workshop, but have no idea if anyone will turn up. So their French dream life hangs in the balance.
I think you have to believe that it can work out, because if it doesn't, there's no alternative. There's no B, C, D plan. It's this or nothing. It has to work out.
From living in London, working and living in London, then planning a wedding, getting married, moving to France, getting settled in, getting a job, working, getting sorted. So it's taken 2 years for all that to get all those things done. It's all on today.
Bordeaux is a cultural hub in France with 22 museums, 28 art galleries and a great selection of theatres, catering for a population that's passionate about the arts.
You all right?
I'm eager just to get the baby settled in a corner.
Steph and Connor need 6 students today just to break even.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Ça va? Oui, bien, bien.
So it's droite,
But the early signs aren't promising.
tout droit. Melis will be 10 minutes late. She's just stuck in traffic. Just one of the students is slightly late. It's the first one. They're only finding the space for the first time.
It's exciting.
Karine? Hi, it's okay, it's okay. T'es proche, vous inquiète pas.
Doing all the work.
This is one of your students. Is it Sarah?
Sarah?
That's it.
I'm Connor. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Come on in.
Tout droit en rue de la Course et ensuite vous tournez à gauche.
2 down, 6 to go.
Enough students are here to successfully launch the workshop, but the class needs to be good enough to get the students back again and prove the business is viable.
Take the space. It's the push and pull that makes something dynamic. 3 actions, you have a story. The first action is to look. The second action is to engage. In other words, where you are engaged with them. The third action is I walk towards them. This is your choice. Do you follow the rhythm I'm tapping out, or do you follow your own rhythm? Wonderful.
After 3 intense hours, the workshop draws to a close.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for today. Well done.
But have Connor and Steph done enough to win over the students?
Went really well. It was a good experience, what I was hoping to get.
He's a great teacher. He showed us a lot of what it means to be an actor, the range of skills. But he did a lot of things. That was great.
I think I'll do it again.
We pulled it off. It was amazing. It looks like they're all going to try and come back and keep coming.
I hope so.
If we can get them to bring 1 person each.
So that's the first hurdle crossed, but they have another workshop in 3 weeks' time. They need more students if they're going to make the business work.
1 down, 30 more years to go.
In Fuengirola on the Costa del Sol, Dean Hoyle is back on his old stomping ground after checking out Cape Verde. And he's in high spirits. His brand new boat has been delivered.
The woman of my life. This is my baby. I love her, I love her, I love her.
And after a busy few days, he's got the perfect name for his new love.
So we're going to be Dean's Charters No Stress Fishing. Because when I went to Cape Verde, One of the first things the taxi drivers say to you when you get in the taxi from the airport is, welcome to Cape Verde, no stress.
But his mood is short-lived. He gets word of a major storm hitting Cape Verde.
130 km/h winds hit the islands, and the waves, huge, man. 10-metre waves. There's the pontoon that we used to collect the fishermen from. Mate, smashed to bits.
This was one of Dean's biggest concerns, and the storm has made his mind up.
Cape Verde's off, yeah, I'm not going there now. You can't be safe there with your boat. Can't you imagine me taking my boat over and now waking up in the morning and finding my boat on the beach? Devastated.
So Dean's dream is over. He is not going to Cape Verde. But with a new boat and a living to make, he has to find somewhere else to fish. And he has his eye on Estepona, 65 kilometres south of Fuengirola.
It's a big marina, you've got nice restaurants in there, the beach is lovely, and it's only a stone's throw from Marbella, so it's fairly central for the tourism trade.
Further down the port, Nathan's broken down boat is finally fixed. Now he needs to make the most of the final few days of the season to ensure that his business is viable. And that means pleasing his customers. Today, Nathan has 2 tourists and is ever the professional.
Mind your lace, sir. You do that up. I don't want you falling over.
But his nerves soon begin to surface.
Every day I wake up, I feel pressure. Because at the end of the day, if these guys don't catch any fish, it tends to mean they don't have a very good day. So yeah, it's really important for me that they have a good day. Could I have a first fish here? No, you got my gear. All that time and effort, eh? That's it, keep reeling up. And then if
It looks like there's no hope. But then...
Got a big bite there, mate. Finally! Yeah, you do. Just keep steady reel, no pumping, mate. Just keep reeling. That's it, just keep that pressure on. Hey! That's a nice fish. See, that's what we're looking for down there. Catch that, mate. Nice bit of dinner.
And they keep on coming.
Couple of bream.
It's a bream. Sea bream.
At last, some success.
That was a good trip today. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves and we caught fish. So that's what I try to do anyway.
11 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I couldn't fault it. It's hard work. The answer I was looking for there is yes.
When we get back to the UK and put their comments, which will be excellent.
Thanks very much. Nice to see you, meet you. Enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Nathan's business is on the way up.
How much longer you got a holiday? Oh, okay. It's been a challenge, but I think it's been worth it in the long run. When you've got a dream, you've got to work pretty hard to get there.
With happy customers from this season and inquiries for next year, Nathan's now convinced the business will not only survive, but thrive.
My job satisfaction from this is 100 times what I used to get at home. I go to work, it's sort of a free time in a way because I enjoy it so much. So it's like bringing your hobbies and your work into one thing. It's like there's not a lot of people that get to do that, so I'm very lucky.
So Nathan's fulfilled his dream of escaping the UK and making a new life in the sun. And Dean's about to follow in his footsteps. Today's the day he says adios to the port he called home for 13 years.
Goodbye, goodbye, wipe the tear from your ear.
And hola to a new life in Estepona.
I think the whole process of buying, starting these charters, selling these charters, then moving and relocating these charters to Estepona Port, I think it's a good thing. I think it's nice, you know. I mean, I just do what I want to do, you know. I've sold the business. I wanted to start somewhere else, and that's what I'm planning to do. New life.
In Bordeaux, it's the day of Stephen Connor's second acting workshop. They need to get more students through the door to decide if their new business is profitable. But there's a big problem. Steph has been waiting for the keys for the venue for today's class, but they haven't turned up.
So these were waiting for me when we got back from the airport last night.
and I'm really hoping that one of them is for the keys, because if we don't have keys, we don't get to the studio today. That means no workshop, which means I've got to explain that to a lot of people, and it's going to be a massive stress. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Find out. Well, it's not great news. It's one thing is like a speeding ticket from June, which is not great. No, I have a feeling this is not keys. This is my life now. Baby gifts.
Steph and Connor have put down over €500 for the space today. If they can't get into the venue, all that money will be lost and they'll miss out on vital revenue for their new venture.
Bonjour Yanné. Alors merci beaucoup en avance. Je sais que ça dérange un peu, mais merci. C'est très.
But it's not just the lack of keys that's causing concern.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Au revoir. À tout à l'heure. Au revoir.
One day we'll be able to afford a babysitter to cover our asses when we're doing this stuff. But for now, you must come with us.
Our baby will travel.
So, if these keys are not here today when we get there, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
I don't want to think about it, to be honest.
So hopefully Yanne's bought everything and we can get into the building. Fingers crossed.
Steph and Connor have an anxious wait at the studio. But just as students start to arrive...
Thank you for finding the place. First floor, we're upstairs.
So do the keys.
So we got in, and means workshop is a go.
What you're going to do, you're going to throw yourself into it.
Just as things get going...
Just zoom, boing, you bounce it back, boing, zip.
So does baby Octavia.
No, no, no. Not today, not today, not today. Darling, not today.
These are the unknown variables.
Octavia finally quietens down and Steph is determined there will be no more hitches today.
So yes, okay, go. Don't lose your rhythm. Find the space, find the space. That's excellent. It works really well, doesn't it? And when you see that on stage, when you see that kind of group, it's magic. When you see anger or aggression and thing, it's not just in the face. It's the rhythm of how you play. Well done, everybody. Yes, well done.
Connor and Stephanie are so nice, and they give you everything. So you want to give them everything too.
I've never took part in the session of, I think you say acting session, if you call it like that. It was really good.
Please, Connor and Stephanie, do it every week.
Workshop 2, done.
Thank you.
But does Steph and Connor think this is a business that can work in Bordeaux?
I think it went great.
Yeah, we did actually. I thought it went really well. I was very happy with it in the end.
All that hard work has paid off.
We're just going to build from this. It's great. I'm really happy.
If we can just keep going like that for the next 12 months, that would be incredible. It's the future.
Cheers, chin chin.
And anyone who says that you cannot move country, start a job, start a business, learn a language, and have a baby with you while doing all those things, it can be done. It takes a certain amount of cooperation and it's very stressful, but it can be done.
In the Andalusian village of Villanueva del Rosario, Ray and Yvonne Williams are holding a wedding at their boutique hotel. But there's a problem, and one you wouldn't expect in Spain at this time of year.
Oh, flipping heck.
It's pouring with rain.
It's needed 15 minutes.
The high point of the evening reception is a flamenco troupe.
How much room do you need?
But at the minute, they don't have anywhere to dance.
You create the space you need, and I'll tell the guests what's happening. Otherwise, they'll all go home.
The living room is an option.
You can't dance on this. Okay, so we'll use this.
Or maybe not.
Can they dance on here?
No, it's marble.
Can they dance on there?
Well, it's better to dance on a carpet than it is to dance on a marble.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you can't dance on a marble floor.
Well, you can't dance on a carpet either.
It will scratch the marble.
Isn't flamenco dance all about stamping feet?
Why don't you do as much as you can out here? We get as many people, and if they have to stand indoors, they stand indoors.
We can't have it on this floor.
Please, Mrs. W, go back to the kitchen and let's go. If you could just get the guys to rearrange the chairs. That'll be it?
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Andalusia is the home of flamenco. The music and dance dates back to the 18th century. The romance and passion of the dance make it perfect for this traditional Spanish-style wedding.
It's going well. They've had a lovely time. They're enjoying themselves. That's the important thing. They're enjoying themselves. They're happy, I'm happy. It's been a hard day. I'm exhausted, but
At 11 o'clock, the wedding is drawing to a close.
May I introduce to you again Mr. and Mrs. Clark, who are about to do their first dance. A big round of applause. Hey!
This is Yvonne and Ray's final wedding of the season. Despite the rain, everyone appears to have enjoyed the day. But tomorrow is when they get the all-important feedback. It's the end of the summer season in the French Dordogne. The holidaymakers have gone home and sunflower fields are now fading away. It's almost a year to the day that Alison and Richard left the Scottish borders. They've never run a B&B before, so this summer has all been about learning the ropes so they can decide whether they can make the business work.
This is my home. I'm happy here. Happier here, I think, to live than I've been anywhere, ever.
It's been a difficult year. Delays in renovations mean they've only had a few guests.
We've had a trickle of guests over the summer, and to be honest, thank goodness it was a trickle, because we've had a very steep learning curve with every single person who's come through.
But their latest customers have given positive feedback. They are now convinced they can cut it as B&B owners. So much so, they're making it official with a sign.
It's not too in your face to upset anybody, so but it does says what we do.
I've marked out a section of the wall where I'm going to coat it in adhesive.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. You want to watch Hugo, don't you? Don't you, Lizzie? You're going to
Helping
be
Dalmatian.
So where are you thinking?
Well, I reckon probably just about there.
I can tell you're 6 inches taller than me, can't you? The level of contentment that both of us are showing at the moment is probably a new stage of our relationship. Yes, us. It's nice.
We've got our chickens laying eggs, we've got tomatoes popping up, we've got guests coming in, and it's happening in a way that we envisaged. Voila! About the only thing I've done in building this house, I think.
I could not possibly comment. We had no experience of renovation.
I don't think we have now either, frankly.
Right, cheers.
Drink a clock.
It's a culmination of an absolutely fantastic year, and I couldn't be happier, and I wouldn't ever have wanted to do it with anybody else.
Thank you.
I'm enormously proud of the fact that this man has chosen to support me where nobody else in the bloody world would have done it. He's chosen to back me with nutty ideas. He's chosen to love me. Of course I'm proud of him.
Ah, it's nice to see some good old-fashioned romance.
Well done, my darling.
Up yours.
Charming.
And up yours. Ooh, you are awful.
1 year after leaving the Scottish borders, Richard and Alison have made the big decision. They're going nowhere, and their B&B is here to stay.
We've come a long way. All sorts of things that we've learned, and we're looking forward to our next open season.
Sounds as if we should get the guns out then. Bang!
In Andalusia, it's also time to take stock. It's the morning after the last wedding of the season at Ray and Yvonne's hotel. And the most important question, how did the new Mr. and Mrs. Clark enjoy their big day?
It was wonderful. You know, everyone said it was fantastic.
I wouldn't change anything. I think
No.
it all went perfectly. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. All we wanted to was for an intimate wedding. We wanted something that our family and friends could enjoy and that was personal to us. And I think that the way that it's been executed has been exactly that. So we couldn't ask for more, really.
The success of this wedding has now given Ray and Yvonne confidence that they're doing the right thing, branching out into weddings and making their hotel a really profitable business.
I'm a great believer that this is a very special place for the right people for weddings. I think what it has done is made me think this is suitable for probably a maximum of 80 people for it to work really well, and ideally for smaller, intimate, exclusive weddings.
5 weddings are already booked in for next year, and they're not resting on their laurels. But next time, there's going to be a few changes afoot.
Any more weddings we have here, he's going to be not going to be part of the timetable. He's going to be given a job, given the time, and left on his own to do it.
I'll go down the pub instead.
Well, you can go down the pub because we won't even notice.
Still love you.
Good.
Bordeaux actors Steph and Connor have more workshops booked and are now convinced they can make a go of the business. Fisherman Dean Hoyle picked up where he left off and is now running a successful fishing charter from a marina just south of Estepona. And with plenty of bookings and great customer reviews, Nathan Williams is looking forward to fishing the seas again next summer. Next time, another set of great escapers hoping to make a living in the sun. A new dive school tries to please the Costa's trickiest clients.
We have to up our game even more here in Marbella. Let's go!
By searching for the treasures of the Mediterranean.
We're hopefully going to find a nice big reef system out in the middle of nowhere. Fantastic!
To the future.
As they prepare for a new life, these expats are setting their sights high.
This is what I want, please.
No pressure.
And a family races to open an event space in the desert.
It's a lovely little village and everybody's so friendly.
But are things a little too relaxed in their new country?
Well, I came in yesterday, you said 8 o'clock.
I don't know what we're going to do. I haven't got a plan B.
It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
It's a wonderful way of life.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Get it!
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's a beautiful place to live, it really, really is.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
I wonder what the temperature is today.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
This is like the final frontier.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye England.
There's no reason for me to go back to the UK. I have nothing there.
And begin their new lives.
What could possibly go wrong, Al?
Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
I know, it ain't rocket science.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Voila.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
You're starting to get sleepless nights because you're starting to get worried.
It's great. What more could I want?
On today's show, a handful of Brits try to please the Costa's trickiest clients.
We have to up our game even more here in Marbella. Let's go!
By searching for the treasures of the Mediterranean.
We're hopefully going to find a nice big reef system out in the middle of nowhere. Fantastic!
To the future. As they prepare for their new life in Europe, these expats are setting their sights high.
This is what I want, please.
No pressure.
And a family settles into their new dream life.
It's a lovely little village and everybody's so friendly.
But are things a little too relaxed in their new country?
But I came in yesterday, you said 8 o'clock.
I don't know what we're going to do. I haven't got a plan B.
The southern Spanish region of Almeria is the driest place in the whole of Europe. On average, it rains a total of 25 days a year, 107 less than in the UK. No wonder about 50,000 British expats are now calling this place home. The latest British movers to this area are this happy family of 3.
This is when they got married. And years ago they got married. So they're very, 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 very old. But you are.
I know, let's leave it at that.
Stuart and Amanda Brignall and daughter Amira have just left the North Yorkshire town of Whitby and settled in the tiny village of Piedra Amarilla. They have given up their jobs as a construction manager and a hairdresser to go in search of a better lifestyle.
In England, we had no quality of life. I worked Sunday, so we only really had Saturday together as a family. I was worried about Stu. He was always stressed. And
I mean, I'm only 27.
It's a lovely little village, and everybody's so friendly, and
it's got a good mix of English and Spanish as well.
we just love it.
Amanda and Stuart bought a 3-bedroom villa with 4.5 acres of land, stables, a swimming pool, and even an amphitheatre. In Whitby, they would have paid no less than £400,000 for all this. Over here, it only cost them about a quarter of that.
So this is the sitting room dining area. It's rather large, as you can see. We wanted something like this in the UK, but obviously prices, you can never afford it, you know, an older building with beams, and it's everything we dreamed of, this property. I love it.
To pay for their lifestyle, they're planning to start a new business at the bottom of their yard.
Brought you some lunch, Stu.
They've started renovating their old stables, which they hope to rent out for functions and local events, where they'll also do the catering.
So this is the bar area. You wouldn't think so at the moment. All this sawdust from Stu's bits of wood. We want to get dance groups, we want to be able to get karate groups for the kids, so the area can use this as a community centre. It's good for us as a business, but also good for all the local people as well, isn't it? Yeah. So it's really exciting.
This part of Spain is in the middle of Europe's only desert, so opening a community centre may seem a little outlandish, but Amanda and Stu are convinced there's a market out there.
We're lock, stock and barrel into this. We've got no contingency, we've got no fallback. We've got to make it work. This one is for the Freemasons, the Almanzora Lodge, and they use this for their meetings and also for their dinners. But we had to sit down with them. They were actually emailing us while we were in England.
Yeah, they were were that desperate to make sure that
to
we
make
could
sure that
use
they
it.
could. So we've signed up a 3-year deal with them.
And Stu's going to be a
Yes, and I've been
Freemason.
invited to be a Freemason, so we'll see how that goes.
But the only funny handshake Stuart is likely to get for a while will be from his wheelbarrow. 5 rooms need painting. The bathrooms have to be plumbed, and the electrics made safe. And all that work rests on builder Stuart.
I've got 5 weeks to get done what I need to do.
I don't think it's unrealistic. Do you, Stu? Do you think it's...
No.
I'm stood here saying that and all I come in is to sweep the floor.
Today, the first load of concrete is due to be laid. It's 8:30 a.m. and already things aren't going well.
Hola, buenos dias. Is the concrete... Did you say 8 o'clock?
The concrete mixer hasn't arrived.
It's 10:30 now.
You're joking?
But I came in yesterday, you said 8 o'clock.
By the time it arrives, it'll be so hot here that Stu may not be able to lay it properly before it dries out.
The problem I've got here is, because it's so hot, concrete will dry too quick, and as it dries, it shrinks, and when it shrinks, it cracks. So once it's down, I really need to be spraying it with water, especially when it gets to the midday sun.
That's bad news. The one downside of living in the desert is that running water is only available 3 days per week at this time of year. And today's not one of those days.
I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know. I haven't got a plan B for that. I haven't got a plan B.
The renovations have only just started.
Oh.
But the Brignalls are already feeling the heat. Charente, southwest France. It's the region between Paris and Bordeaux where cognac was first distilled. Here, 4-bedroom country houses can be bought for as little as £40,000. And this place has become a favourite for expats seeking a peaceful retirement. This doesn't apply to Kim and Jenny Gilbert. They are moving here to live life in the fast lane.
To the future.
Driven by Kim's passion for classic Land Rovers, the couple has put all their savings into buying a car parts business specialising in British vehicles.
What we've invested in this business is every penny that we have and probably the rest of our lives. But this is not about making a lot of money. It's a lifestyle thing, living somewhere nice.
Until last August, the pair were living in Blackpool, where they earned a combined £100,000 a year working as an export manager and a teacher.
It is an escape. Jenny and I were thinking about not being old and cold in Cumbria. It was just an opportunity that I couldn't miss.
No, it's not. Nuts dropping.
Now they're about to take over a business they know nothing about.
I'm not an expert.
I just knew if somebody needed a new exhaust pipe.
Is it falling off?
No, for listening to it.
It needs a new clutch.
Based in this house in the beautiful village square, this existing business used to be one of the most successful part suppliers in the French classic car scene.
These things are heavy.
Kim and Jenny have bought the house and all its contents for €350,000.
Is that all new in there?
Their plan is to move the business into a warehouse on the edge of town and turn this into a house for them to live in.
The main challenge would be the room that's out the back, where there are tens of thousands of parts, you know, down to nuts and bolts, all sorts of tiny pieces which need to be counted.
Once the house is ready, it will be just a leisurely 5 minutes drive to work and a regular 9-to-5 lifestyle that Kim and Jenny didn't have back in the UK.
I'm so excited about the house at the moment. I really am.
But for all her enthusiasm, Jenny's not ready to move just yet. She has decided to keep her job as a teacher in England while Kim starts the business up in France.
Right, good morning, everybody. Let's have your phones in the box and go into your seats, please. Nice phone, that one. I've been teaching for 34 years, and In that time, I've spent 18 years in this particular school. And quiet, please.
So for the next 6 months, Kim and Jenny will be living away from each other, meeting only at half term.
We're going to make a piece of drama about a disagreement. Here, it's a comfortable environment to be in for me. Therefore, I'm going to find this move difficult.
Despite Jenny's reservations, Kim is pressing on with the move. He's just put a French number plate on his Land Rover. If only he could do the same with Jenny.
He's not going back, I'm not going back. Well, we just all need to become a part of where we are.
The Costa del Sol. 100 miles of sunny beaches and world-class resorts, providing year-long entertainment in any one of its 103 towns. 300,000 British expats have chosen to start a new life under the Spanish sun, and there's a couple who've done that very successfully.
I don't like it up here by myself.
Simon and Natasha Bell first met at BBC Radio in London, where they both used to work.
Did you get stuck?
I'd heard of you before we actually met, and I remember hearing his voice and thinking, oh, he sounds quite nice.
You told me that.
I did.
They were earning £80,000 a year working as journalists, but the stress of living in London soon got the better of them.
One thing that drove me away from London was having to sit on the tube every day for at least an hour going from the East End to the West End. That was driving me insane.
At the peak of their radio careers, they gave up their jobs to run a diving business in the resort of Torremolinos.
We wanted to go to a place where we could do scuba diving, and so this was kind of a natural spot to select.
And all these years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Still loving each other.
The pair worked together in the Torremolinos shop along with 6 staff and a dummy.
He's actually called Dave. He's been called Dave for about 7 or 8 years now. Loads of people stop and have their picture taken with him every day. He doesn't give back chat, he's never late, he doesn't drink on the job. Perfect employee.
The business is a hit.
You're taking your air with you, so you can just relax. Your air
But
goes
now they're gambling all the savings they've built up to buy another dive centre in the Costa's trendiest town, Marbella. Just 30 miles from Torremolinos, but a world away.
Marbella is famous for being a very affluent town. You know, they do pay good money for the service, and they're happy to pay it, but they do expect a certain level of service for that money as well. So we have to up our game even more here in Marbella.
Simon is going out of his way to impress the Marbella set. He's spent a total of €70,000 on the new business.
The problem would be if I was in charge of the accounts, we would have
no money.
We would have underwater video cameras here. We'd have the biggest and best dive computers, and Natasha thankfully reins me in a little bit and keeps the spending under control a little bit.
Absolutely.
Their new shop used to be a bar and was converted into a diving centre. Simon and Natasha have renovated it over the last 6 weeks, and now it's ready to welcome new customers.
Do try and put no's or yeses, guys, OK? Sorry to be particular. We don't make the rules, we just follow them.
It's just learning, finding our feet, working out how this is going to work for us this year, because it's not the same as our first operation. It's a completely different operation.
Welcome, guys. You've all signed up for the official Discover Scuba Diving course. The #1 rule of scuba diving is never pee in your wetsuit.
Today, Simon is taking out a family of tourists from London.
So everything else feel OK?
I'm expecting good things.
Most of whom have never tried scuba diving before.
So we're going to go off and find some fish. Press the button, off we go.
Simon charges €90 for the hour-long immersions. Marbella offers some of the best sea life in southern Europe, being close to where the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean meet.
Hooray!
She saw lots of fish.
I saw a little octopus too.
Little octopus.
Wow.
He came out squirted some ink at us, really, to tell us to get lost, and he went back into his hole.
Oh my God! Oh, that's very good. I'm so impressed, you know. I was so happy to leave my daughter and my son in the capable hands of professional like you.
Oh, good. Chuffed with that.
Simon might be chuffed with his new dive operation, but the move has not been as simple for his wife Natasha, who'd have rather waited a bit longer to open another shop.
That's a bit of a struggle, just making him realise that good things come to those who wait. Sometimes we need a bit of patience.
Yeah, but sometimes you make me wait forever.
No, that's not quite true. But you are very much the now attitude, you know, when you want something, you want it right now. So, this is for you.
Speeding fines.
Yes! Who does that look like?
I know, it's me.
As the season is about to start, will Simon's gamble on the new dive centre pay off?
There's nothing worse than companies trying to set up another franchise or another branch, and they fail and they stretch themselves thin. It's scary.
The Charente, a region that benefits from 2,400 sunshine hours a year and is the hottest and sunniest place in Western France. Over here, husband and wife Kim and Jenny Gilbert bought a classic car parts business 3 weeks ago to help fund a new dream life. It's the Easter break, so teacher and reluctant mover Jenny has flown to France to help her husband start up the business.
We'll do that one together.
Just need to check.
Oh, it's not the one?
No, it's not what we thought. I don't know whether I'll manage it, actually. In 4 months' time, I shall be moving out here forever, and that'll be it. So I'll be giving up everything that I've ever known. And the sad thing, obviously, is my family. Oh, having a bit of a moment.
But there's no time for Jenny's reservations. Today, the pair have to move 50,000 car parts to a warehouse on the edge of town so they can start restoring this huge property and make it their home.
Okay. One more for the road, is it? Thank you, dear. Right, getting your own back. Splendid.
This successful business supplies the whole of the country with Land Rover parts. Kim has agreed to buy it from German expat Annette Flockvel.
No, mate, no.
But they still have to agree an exact price for the sale.
And when I've asked her for a true value of the stock, it's varied by up to 50,000 euros. So what we're having to do is go through the whole lot to really find a true value of every product that's in there.
It'll be a long and stressful day.
No, it really takes me ages when I have to look at every box myself.
Have you done that?
No.
Right. 13.
It's been a little bit abrasive again today, a little bit more tense than it should be.
Things are getting tricky.
Are you on strike?
So what does Kim do? Drive to his new warehouse and leave Jenny behind.
I can't carry much at the moment. Whereas everybody else does one journey, I'd make probably 2 or 3. But I'll get stronger.
To be quite honest, I just have to not be in close proximity to the lady because it's probably not good for my blood pressure. Yes. So that's why Jenny's there and that's why I'm here. So we're just getting on with it.
After a full day's work, the family is finally reunited.
I've been to Pascal's and got a bottle of wine just in case. So.
I think you need more than 1 bottle of wine, thank you very much. I'm freezing.
Fair enough.
Fed up,
Friday
I'm tired,
evening. Yeah.
I'm feeling dirty.
Oh, OK.
No, not tonight.
With most of the car parts moved, it's time for Kim and Jenny to inspect their new house.
This is going to be like the main room, isn't it, really, upstairs? A huge bedroom. And as you can see, it looks nothing like a bedroom now at all.
At least there's an ensuite.
Moved over here.
For the last 10 years, this classic French townhouse was used exclusively as a depository for car parts.
Ceilings are going to go, floors going to go, walls are going to go.
It has 4 bedrooms, 4 reception rooms, 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom, and Kim thinks he can turn this back into a family house.
What's fantastic about French houses, certainly in this region, is the woodwork is all oak. It takes a bit of vision, but it's got potential, as they say.
Once again, Jenny's not so sure.
I can't see what he sees. It feels like a disaster, and I keep thinking, what am I giving up? Or, coming here at my time of life.
At least she won't have to think about the renovations. Tomorrow, Jenny flies back to England.
I've got another 3 months or so before Jenny comes out to get it all done properly.
And I'm expecting for it to be warm and for it to be comfortable. So this is what I want, please.
No pressure.
It's 2 weeks since the Brignalls quit Whitby in North Yorkshire to build and run a community centre in Almeria, southern Spain.
It's definitely a change from me being back in England.
If all goes to plan, within 6 weeks their building will be open for business, so Amanda and Stuart can start making money.
I personally can't say there's nothing I don't like about Spain, even the lack of water. It doesn't.
You can't flush the toilet, there's no electricity some nights, there's tarantulas, but we love it.
But this morning, Stuart is up against it, as there's a delay on delivering the concrete for the community centre's future seating area.
We've got no water. Yes, 10:30 or 11, but can you put more agua into the concrete, please?
And the later the concrete arrives, the more difficult it will be to lay it, as temperatures rise. It's now the middle of August, and it can easily get as hot as 40 degrees Celsius.
It's just going to be so hot now, isn't it? So now is the perfect time. It's just cool by 10:30, 11. It's sweltering. And it's just delaying every other job, isn't it?
It's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Due to a misunderstanding in the plant, the concrete finally turns up 3 hours later than promised.
Hola.
Now Stuart has to tell the man where he wants it, and quickly. In the searing heat, every minute counts.
It would be a lot easier, and the lad I had planned to come here could speak Spanish, and he was meant to be helping us, but he's not turned it today.
Good luck, Stu.
Yeah. Make sure it doesn't bang the wall. I think.
Despite the language barrier, Stu seems to be making inroads into this big job. But even in a foreign language, the concrete man is clear about where his duties end.
By myself, I think.
When it's 38 degrees outside, concrete dries very fast. So Stuart has to spread it as quickly as possible.
You finished it. Oh, hang on for you, Al.
Luckily, neighbour Alan has come round to help.
That pencil line is level.
Oh, where do you want it?
The water supply is finally reconnected, so ex-hairdresser Amanda joins in too.
Oh, it's burning my finger.
We have our blonde moments, don't we, darling?
Oh.
A little bit dippy, a little bit blonde.
It's red hot. Ah!
There's only Amanda can make a scene out of wetting concrete.
Get lost.
You right, darling?
How wet do you want it?
We've hit the main heat, and the concrete's just gone off. So we've got a little patch that we haven't been able to get a finish on. Things happen, it's just got to get over them, that's all.
Obviously, the closer it's getting, the more excited we're getting, but along with excitement, you get anxious, and he's getting tired. He's getting really tired. But it's constant slog, it's hard work. Every day, something goes wrong, and I think you have to learn not to take it too much to heart.
After 14 hours of work under the desert sun, Stu finally downs tools and gets the reward he deserves.
That's so nice.
It's been 2 weeks since ex-journalist Simon Bell opened a new dive centre in Marbella at the cost of €70,000.
Natasha refuses to let me spend any money.
I'm not tight, you just need pulling back a little bit.
It was Simon's dream to trade on the Costa's trendiest town. He's gambled all of the family's savings on the new dive centre.
The thing with Simon, I love him to bits, but he has got champagne tastes and lemonade money.
You know.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a struggle, just trying to rein him in sometimes.
The season is about to start, and Simon is determined to prove to his wife that the new Marbella Centre will be a success.
This is a proper nautical chart of the coast. There's about 100 dive sites all along here, and I think we've explored about 10 of them.
Today, Simon is setting off in search of a new diving spot he's heard rumours about, one that he hopes will bring customers flocking.
We're hopefully going to find a nice big reef system out in the middle of nowhere. We've got to have a check for what marine life there is there.
Simon hopes to charge his customers €90 for a dive like this.
And he's paid in full.
So it's important he finds something at the bottom of the sea today.
If we don't get the plotter exactly right, we could just drop down and find a big giant patch of bare sand, which is not going to be very nice for a paying client.
For such a delicate job, Simon has put together a team made up almost exclusively of British expats.
We have here Patricia, who's our instructor, Rachel and Courtney, who are training to be instructors. So there's these three, there's me, and then there's the handsome fella in the hat called Vinny.
If Simon's business takes off in Marbella, it will also mean more work for Simon's staff. This is especially important for ex-chef Vinny from Essex, who decided to get out of the kitchen and observe his favourite fish rather than fry them.
Well, I have my favourite sites where I find the congers, the morays, the octopus. We've got Molly the moray and Mavis the moray. We've got Ollie the octopus.
So a boatload of Brits head 2 miles off the coast where Simon thinks he can find his reef.
There's a very big reef here somewhere. OK, Vinny, chuck it in, let's go. OK, guys, it's basically a huge reef that stretches about 2 kilometres. When we get to the bottom, make sure there's all 6 of us together, and then we're going to head off and explore, OK?
It's Vinny still getting kitted out.
Come on, Vinny, we know you're old.
I can't help it if I drive the style.
But as the team descend, there's no evidence of the reef. All they can find is sand, seaweed, and a handful of sardines. With only enough air to last them 10 more minutes, they finally bump into the reef, nearly half a mile away from their boat. And suddenly, all the fish that Simon was hoping to showcase to his clients come to greet the new divers in town. Among the corals, there are swarms of groupers, pink anthea, silver dentex, and even one of the most primitive and scary-looking fish in existence, the Mediterranean moray eel. This animal gobbled up a scuba diver's finger last year, so it's hello, goodbye to the moray eel.
Awesome! Mission success! Fantastic! Absolutely fantastic. There was literally thousands of fish. Well chuffed with it.
Simon may have just found the first lucrative dive site for his new centre, but he seems to have lost a member of his team.
Just all wave goodbye.
Bye!
Bye,
You have to swim faster!
We'll come back tomorrow, yeah?
Bye! See you!
I'm too good looking. You got shots, mate.
We're all going to have to knock them up, yeah?
Right about it, right?
Oh!
Come on.
Have you seen Whale Wars?
Problem here with this sort of crew,
okay,
is that there's no respect your elders.
It's been a great day for Marbella's newest dive centre. Simon has found the first dive site to offer to his clients. But just as the season is about to start, Simon and Natasha are dealing with a big setback.
We've had au pairs for 2 years now, and this year we had another lovely girl from a lovely family, but she just didn't she didn't feel settled. So she just told us that she basically wants to go back home after a month of being here.
We're now on the mad hunt for a new au pair that we need to find as quickly as possible.
All of a sudden, Simon and Natasha have their 2.5-year-old to look after, as well as 2 dive centres to run, 30 miles apart.
We're right just into the start of the very, very, very busy summer season, and the timing couldn't be any worse for us.
In Almeria, southern Spain, Stu and Amanda Brignall are putting all their money and effort into an all-purpose community centre.
We've got a zebra in the house.
There's still plenty to do if they're to open in 3 weeks' time as planned.
I think we're running on adrenaline, to be fair.
Stuart has taken care of the building work so far, so Amanda can focus on the decoration. She has just bought new lampshades from a Chinese shop at a bargain price.
We're just putting these lanterns up in here just to match the back ones, then we're going to get some really nice lights for the back. Oh, it's got Chinese writing on. It's got Chinese writing on, Stu.
Yeah, they're exactly the same ones you threw out.
Yeah, but there's all colours.
The lampshades aren't quite fitting with the Spanish theme.
I didn't know it had Chinese writing on, but it was from the Chinese shop. I'll put them up and...
Why? They're coming down. Not having that. I'll get air rifle and use them as target practice. I don't even know if they're upside down. It might be upside down. It might be Russian.
But Amanda is trying to look on the bright side.
Nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted them because they had Chinese writing on.
And it looks like Stu's losing the battle.
We might have a Chinese theme night, then they'll come in, won't they?
I think if it was to say one is who is more dominant, I would say it was you.
Right. I think they're all right.
Oh, no! I'm allowed to wear the pants of this family and the wife says so. That's how it is.
So the Chinese lanterns are staying put. Stu and Amanda are working on a tight budget. To complete the community centre, they only have a total of €10,000.
Oh, it looks lovely in here.
On the hunt for more fittings, they've discovered a real opportunity.
Nothing clean, isn't it?
Yes, spotless.
This restaurant in the nearby town of Albox has been run by Dutch expats for the last 12 months. They have decided to close down as they can no longer afford to pay the rent, so they have put on a fire sale.
Stuff and everything, right?
Yeah.
A lot of problems.
Right.
It's a worrying reminder to the Brignalls of just how hard it can be to run a new business away from Spain's tourist hotspots.
Really difficult. Because the Spanish people don't come to business of foreign people. We don't get Spanish clients. They really stick to their own place.
But these owners' loss is Amanda and Stuart's gain, as they have an opportunity to furnish their own business cheaply. At the top of their list is an industrial cooker.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. With an oven? Yes.
But with everything else available at a bargain price, Amanda goes binge shopping.
That table and this table, I think, yeah.
Are these sales? They are how much?
What about the glass washer?
67 quid for 3.
We'll definitely have them, yeah. 2 microwave. No, we don't need speakers.
Yeah, we do need speakers, don't we? Of course we do, yeah.
What about plates? Because we're short on plates. If we buy lots of things, can we have maybe small discount?
Is that stainless steel shelf for sale underneath that? And the trees?
Trees we're keeping them.
They're nice.
So I have your telephone number.
You do, yes. Yes, give us a price for all them.
I feel a bit snidey, you know, with them going out of business and that. That's why I don't get involved, because Amanda's got no conscience. You see? Have you noticed that?
Thank you very much. OK.
Word has been spreading about the community centre.
We're the talk of the town at the minute. Stu phoned me about doing a hog roast, and the man who lives about 10 miles away said, "Oh, are you the guy that drives the black Land Rover?" And that just proves that people are, you know, talking about us. I hope in a nice way.
In preparation for the grand opening, back at base, Amanda's meeting a local artist about sign painting.
Exciting. This is exciting because it took us ages to choose the name.
We originally called it the winking lizard, which we thought was good. I thought, yes, that's very Spanish. And after talking to people, they said, well, you're not in Benidorm, so it kind of...
You're not in Costa del Sol. Do you use spray?
Yeah, actually, I am a graffiti artist.
I love graffiti.
So we had to think about it, and Amanda went to a businesswoman's meeting in, I think it was an excuse really, but
in
a business
Springs,
in Desert Springs. And they all came up with El Teatro, which means the theatre.
So in here, I prefer something
with
elegant and
stuff.
black and very... But outside, if you want to do graffiti, I would be so happy.
Okay, I think maybe we can follow one way for everything.
One way for everything, okay.
Yeah, I think it's better.
At the restaurant, Stu and his friend Sam are back to collect the goods.
You got your leg on? Okay. The few bits that cost us more than we thought, but it was a good deal. 11.50. Is that right, young lady?
Yes. And Stu spotted something else that could be going for a song.
Karaoke! Karaoke!
Stu may be excited about his new karaoke machine. But on the local internet forum, some expats have made it clear to Amanda that they don't want noisy events in this quiet village.
We've had some negative responses. People saying we didn't move to Benidorm and we didn't want this loud karaoke bar. At no point have we ever said we're going to be a loud karaoke bar.
This is a karaoke machine, believe it or not, which plugs into our amplifier.
You have to get Pat down.
Oh, get Pat with Posh Elvis.
Yeah.
Teddy Bear.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're not going to do karaoke evenings. Why not? People like it. But we are predominantly not going to be a karaoke bar. Unfortunately, people around here have just assumed, and what they haven't known, they've just made up, which is quite sad, really, because we've put our whole life into this and want to make it our future, so why would they want to be negative? You'd think they'd want to be positive with us and be as excited as we are about our opening evening.
Having spent their entire savings on their community centre, Amanda and Stu may no longer have a community to open it for. With just 2 weeks until the grand opening, will they be able to win back the support of the locals? In the western French region of Charente, there's good news for all Land Rover owners.
It's just a pipe. I think I'll throw that in the don't know what it is box.
In the village of Garra, Kim Gilbert has reopened his specialist car park business from his brand new premises.
Bonjour. Bonjour. We're open, that's the main thing.
Kim has recently fallen in love with Land Rovers, but until 8 months ago he used to work in Cumbria as an export manager for a paper mill. So there's a lot of learning to do.
Just trying to work out where a track rod ends and a ball joint starts. Same thing. Still don't know where it goes.
Luckily, he has 3 employees who know a little bit more about the business.
I am Monsieur le Président, officially, the President. The President does have a certain kudos about it, and I think my wife likes the aspect of being the First Lady.
But the First Lady is now 600 miles away in Blackpool, struggling to come to terms with living on her own.
I literally sleep like Kim was here all the time. So I'm going to show you. I sleep like this. That's it. So actually, when I wash the sheets, I'm wasting soap powder because really, there's only this side that's been used.
Jenny is savouring her last few weeks at the school.
I'm nervous about letting go all that world. It's my world. I'm a teacher. That's what I do. It's all I know. And now I'm going to be something where Kim will be shouting at me when I do things wrong, and he will as well. And that won't be very nice.
0545. What's the rest of the number, Nicola?
By the looks of things, there will be no shortage of work in France
A&R 1798.
when Jenny finally returns.
It's busy, but I'd far rather be busy than what I've been doing for the last few months, which is basically twiddling my thumbs and trying to find something to do.
But it's not all about work.
Yeah, no problem. OK.
Kim also has to try and get the house ready for Jenny's return.
I think she's going to be absolutely stunned by the state of the house.
I bet she will. This house was built under the reign of Louis Philippe I in 1836, and that's starting to show. 4 bedrooms, a large kitchen, 4 reception rooms will all need complete refurbishment.
Welcome to the master bedroom, as it will be. In the olden days, when this house was built, some of the dividing walls were made of a very thin terracotta material, which is difficult to cut holes through and difficult to do it yourself on.
Kim's strategy is simple. He wants every room to be bigger.
Doesn't take much, does it?
Ever the optimist.
The idea today, in commencement of all the works, is to take down this wall. Not the sort of thing that I can do, but I know a man that does.
Kim knows that getting the house right will be necessary to help his reluctant wife settle when she comes over in 3 months' time.
Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable to see this coming down. Stuff has started. The clock started ticking for the house, not just for the business. And, wow.
One wall down.
Job done, I reckon, don't you? All right.
Their new bedroom is now 6 metres by 7, nearly double what it used to be.
Got the view. It was difficult to see the view when the wall was in the way. You know you're in sort of southern Europe when you see sites like that. We just don't have them in the UK. And the other thing as well, the sun coming through, that nice warmth. It's a real big driver for coming down here.
Not from where Jenny stands.
It's not going to be finished by the time I get across, so I'll be camping, which I said I would never do. Kim has spoken about that if we need to shower, we can go across to the warehouse and have a shower there. It's not the same. It's not the same. I don't think he understands the need for privacy.
Nice one. I would love for her to be able to come over here and just move into the place and feel as though it's always been ours. Whether or not it actually happens, time will tell.
Here you go, guys.
Next time.
So that's El Manapia, yeah?
The trip of a lifetime in search of a sunken British wreck.
Excited!
But will Simon and his team even make it to the shore?
Van's broke down. You are joking. What's happened? It went bang.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Come on.
Kim tries to win over his reluctant wife Jenny with their new French home.
You should be carrying me over the threshold.
I will do when it's finished.
Oh, all right.
But will it work?
I'm scared stiff of coming out here. Changing is difficult.
It's a dream chased by thousands of Brits each year.
Number one's the weather.
Heading to Europe to set up new lives and businesses in the sun.
Are you ready?
They're seduced by gorgeous scenery.
It's just about the space out here. There's so much space.
Year-round sun and a better, cheaper way of life.
Our living room in London, you'd fit in 4 times.
But how easy is it to turn the dream into a reality?
Money's dripping in and flooding out.
In this series, we follow those expats as they say goodbye, England.
I think I'm full.
And begin their new lives. Setting up bars and restaurants in Spain.
That's what we're talking about, girlfriend.
Gîtes and B&Bs in France.
Totally and utterly out of my depth.
When nothing is ever as simple as it sounds.
It's probably not good for my blood pressure, yes.
It can fail, but it won't fail. Not if I've got anything to do with it.
Here you go, guys.
On today's show.
So that's El Manapia, yeah?
The trip of a lifetime in search of a sunken British wreck.
Excited!
But will these divers ever even make it to the shore?
Fans broke down. You are joking. What's happened? It went bang.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Come on.
This enthusiastic expat tries to win over his reluctant wife with their new French home.
You should be carrying me over the threshold.
I will do when it's finished.
Oh, all right.
But will it work?
I'm scared stiff of coming out here. Changing is difficult.
Marbella, the trendiest town on the Costa del Sol. Over here, Simon Cowell, Antonio Banderas and Rick Parfitt from Status Quo are all neighbours. And Russia's President Putin has a house up the hill. At sea level, though, there lives another strong leader.
Is that supposed to be tidy?
I need somewhere to work. I can't just not work.
You have to be bossy in this job. You have to be like Hitler. Keep going, keep going.
Former journalist Simon Bell
Push your shoulders back.
is the new owner of a scuba diving centre situated in the Marbella port.
Don't forget your boots. Don't forget your boots, please.
Simon runs the diving operations while his wife Natasha does the accounts.
I just wish sometimes that you would leave the bossiness for the staff and not be so bossy with me. Because I always talk to you like you're my husband, whereas you talk to me like I'm a staff member.
Sometimes you are a staff member, though.
No, see, sometimes I'm never a staff member. I'm always your wife.
When you're wearing this T-shirt, you're a staff member.
It's their second diving centre after first opening 30 miles away in Torremolinos. Natasha wasn't keen on setting up another shop in Marbella, but Simon disregarded her completely.
€60.
And it looks like he was right to do so.
Try and find a little space somewhere on the table.
Their first season has just started, but the dive centre is bursting with clients.
No, you're putting your leg in the armhole. You'll never get it in the armhole.
So much so that they had to draft in Simon's expat dad, Alex, for childcare duties. After their au pair left them.
Oh, there he is! The great thing about having grandchildren and grandparents will always tell you, you had them back.
Crazy busy day. It's just, and this is kind of our lives, just racing around everywhere. If it wasn't for my father-in-law, you know, we would have just been absolutely stuck.
Simon and his team are looking for exciting new dive sites for their demanding Marbella clients.
Here you go, guys.
And today, they're searching for a sunken wreck that could be another lucrative opportunity.
So that's El Manapia, yeah? And it's going from Villaricos to Gibraltar with a load of iron ore. And it sank. That was in 1917, so it makes it a war wreck, OK? It's 110 metres long. It's a very, very big boat.
If Simon and his team find this sunken British wreck today, he will be able to offer the exploration to his customers and reckons he'll be able to charge them €120.
Sounds fun, doesn't it? Right. Here endeth today's briefing.
It's an expedition that Simon has long been dreaming of.
27.5.
Special nitrox tanks have been prepared at the cost of €90, which will allow the team to breathe underwater for longer.
So we have to get this spot on.
Today, Simon is taking his trusty team of British expats.
Are you almost ready then? Yes?
Including former cook Vinny.
This should be a good dive, especially if I turn Simon's hair off on the way down.
What? There'll be no shenanigans on a dive like this. It's a fairly serious dive. You have to be very focused, concentrating on your depth, your air management. There's also the potential of very strong currents as well. You really have to have your wits about you. You can't just plump into the water and go pointing at fish. It's not that kind of dive. OK, let's draw a map.
Carrying heavy special equipment means that the group will have to split today.
Is there anything else that's got to go in?
Vinny will take the team and the gear 20 kilometres up the coast in the van.
There's Los Amigos Beach Club, this little beach. Perfect.
And Simon will travel by boat. They will meet again near the place where the wreck sank.
So you guys are going to have a phone, yeah? Is it switched on and the sound up? Good. Excited!
5 days of preparation, a carefully thought out schedule and the best equipment money can buy. What could possibly go wrong?
You've got to be kidding. I've got nothing. Something's just gone bang.
Today, of all days, Simon's 7-year-old van has had enough.
I can't steer. Steering's gone, power's gone, everything's gone. Where are we? Nobody's answering them.
The crew are stuck at a motorway junction 10 miles away from the sunken wreck.
Come on, Simon, answer the phone.
While their boss cruises along the coast unawares.
I'll tell you what, if he ever tells me about not answering my phone again, it stinks. There's oil everywhere.
Captain Simon eventually picks up his phone.
Hello? Van's broke down.
You are joking.
It went bang. Lost steering, lost everything.
It's in a pretty bad way, yeah?
Yes. He's going to call back. He's going to probably call the tow truck or whatever.
Doesn't sound good.
Half an hour into the expedition, Simon and his team are stranded, with no way to reach one another.
Today was too perfect, so it'd have to happen like that.
Will they manage to save the day?
Oh, crap.
The Spanish region of Almeria, on the southern tip of Europe, is a firm favourite for British expats, thanks to the 8 months a year of baking hot temperatures. Its capital, Almeria, is a unique city in Europe, having never registered temperatures under the freezing mark in all of its history. Here, sales of houses to expats have recently gone up by 38%. It's a region that has recently acquired 3 excited new residents.
Let's go see what's happening, Stew Pop.
Stuart and Amanda Brignall and their daughter Amira left the rat race in the UK tired of spending just 1 day a week together. Here in Spain, things are a lot more relaxed.
I think I've probably gone more into the Spanish way.
I know, I had to put a mirror under your nose yesterday. I thought you were dead on that couch.
For the last 2 months, Stuart has worked tirelessly at rebuilding their stables, where they hope to make their money by catering for local events.
What am I going to do now?
Need to drink that cider.
It's the beginning of September, and El Teatro is almost ready to open its doors to the public.
He keeps drinking all the profits.
Leaking a bit, keeps dripping. So I can get a free drink though, so I'm not getting it fixed.
However, before it's even opened its doors, 10 people have complained that El Teatro might spoil the tranquility of the village.
We've had some negative responses, which is quite sad really, because we've put our whole life into this and want to make it our future, so why would they want to be negative? You would think they'd want to be positive with us.
On top of all this, the town's mayor hasn't given them a licence to open.
If we don't get this licence, it means obviously our income is going to be massively reduced. It is life or death, really. This wasn't the idea of coming here. The idea of coming here was to do this, so scary.
Amanda and Stuart ploughed all their savings into the project, and if they can't open, they won't earn the money back. But they are determined to fight back. For the third time this week, they head to the town hall to chase their licence.
We need it today.
But at the town hall, not only is the licence not ready, the mayor himself is nowhere to be seen.
Is he in?
They don't know when he's going to be here.
All right.
They may be the town's newest residents, but the Brignalls are not standing for any nonsense. Under the midday sun, the chase for the mayor begins.
Last time he was in this little bar when we went.
But the mayor is not at the bar.
Adios.
Or at the petrol station.
Oh, my shoulders are low.
This must mean one thing. He must be back at the town hall.
He's probably got a shoot in that room and he's gone down to shoot now.
To the back cave.
Finally, they find him.
Can we sit down and talk about this with you as well?
Because we need...
For this, to change the names on it?
We need our names here.
But when Amanda asks the mayor when they will get their licence...
How long do you think that would be?
The answer is typically Spanish. Mañana.
In the final of the day, yeah? Okay. I need to prepare the documents down.
Thank you very much.
48 hours before their opening night, Amanda and Stu are still waiting for their licence.
Never mind. Yeah, I can get the feeling now he thinks we're being a bit pushy. His demeanour wasn't quite the same as it was yesterday.
No, I feel a bit...
Anxious?
Yeah.
48 hours before opening and still no licence. It could be a dramatic first night for El Teatro. The Charente region is one of the cheapest and prettiest areas in France. More sunflowers are grown here than anywhere else in the country. In the southern town of Gara, husband and wife Kim and Jenny Gilbert have spent €350,000 to buy a Land Rover and classic car park company.
To the future.
They are leaving drizzly Blackpool behind to take over a business they know nothing about.
I knew what a dipstick was. I knew where the water bit was. That was all.
We are talking about cars.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
For the last 2 months, former export manager Kim has been learning about car parts while working in his warehouse.
Just trying to work out where a track rod ends and a ball joint starts.
But reluctant mover Jenny has chosen to stay in England to finish her teaching career and will join him in 3 months' time.
So you've now got to make a decision about who's going to say what.
It's about time we stopped going to school, isn't it?
Yes,
Been going there for 50 years.
Thank you, dear.
That's right.
This is what I am. It's a vocation. And in France, I'll be basically a shop assistant, I think.
Kim and Jenny have found it challenging living such separate lives.
What did you have for dinner tonight?
Saucisson Toulouse, pomme de terre purée et petits pois. Or sausage, mash and peas tonight.
Sounds good to me. I'm actually really looking forward to being with you again. Love you.
Love you too. See you. Bye.
Bye now. It's just really, really hard having a relationship that you just talk to someone on a camera every night. You don't talk in depth about anything, and I don't trouble him with anything either. I also don't tell him things like I've broken the Hoover. I'll save that till later.
But today is a very special day. It's Jenny's last ever half-term holiday, and Kim is on the way to the airport to pick her up.
It's fully 6 weeks since she was last out here. Wonderfully excited. Can't wait to see Jenny girl. A laugh, a smile, yep, it's going to be good.
That's if he ever makes it to the airport.
Car's just completely stopped.
Time to see if the new car park king has learned anything at work.
battery terminal came off. Okay, that's a good short fix because I replaced the headlights yesterday, took the battery out.
Check you out. And it's full speed ahead to an emotional reunion.
Lovely to see you.
And you. It's been a long time coming.
They've not seen each other for 6 weeks, but Kim is desperate to show his wife his new warehouse. The last time Jenny was here, car parts were piled up high and the business was still shut. Now it's open and thriving.
Bonjour.
But Jenny is concentrating on something else that's changed.
I'll tell you what's really odd. Kim seems so very, very different. Not just because he's grown a beard and long hair. The way he moves is different. He's not a stranger, but it is like a different person that I'm with at the moment. I wonder if it'll happen to me as well.
Right, some early training for Jenny.
After a lifetime of teaching, today is time for Jenny to do some learning.
Can you take her through the order picking process, packing? Yeah?
OK.
Thanks, I'll see you later.
Right, what have we got to get? A stabiliser bar, another stabiliser bar.
Should be with a suspension.
A suspending bra.
Never seen a car in a bra, Jenny.
Right, I'll go and get them then.
It is a total sea change for Jenny. She's never been one really for having much to do with cars.
So we want, is it on there? What is it? Oh, RD10.
It's nice, like watching the children looking for Easter.
I know.
And that's it.
Good. I can do that.
Jenny just got a taste of what her life will be like when she moves over in 10 weeks' time. Is she ready for it?
I'm absolutely petrified of the thought of packing everything away and all our eggs in this one basket here, this place. That's it, that's it.
How's it going?
All right, there's quite a few numbers I can't find.
The working together bit's going to be interesting. There will be a few disagreements and there will be a few sort of differences of opinion because life's like that.
Changing is difficult, so the fact that I'm going to change is the hard thing that I am doing.
In Almeria, southern Spain, renovations at El Teatro are almost complete.
So look at it now, look at El Teatro.
Amanda and Stuart Brignall have put their heart and soul into refurbishing this building. They are planning to hire it out for functions and local events.
That's a snag.
That's not a snag.
It is. I want
That's
it
to give it the authentic look.
No, I want it open.
No, I can't. That one's off the list. Next.
But they're worried they've upset some of the local expats with their business plan.
I felt really tearful yesterday, but just because I think I was so tired and just it sort of like got a bit too much for me yesterday.
But there is good news.
I'll put the towel roll up when you get it.
Okay.
After months of chasing the town's mayor, their biggest issue has finally been resolved.
I'm now pinning up our licence that says we can open for sale of alcohol, sale of food and live entertainment. And that's it, simple as that. So we can now sell beer and try and make some money.
That's if customers can find them in the middle of the desert.
Well, I've put a Google map on and where I've highlighted the route where you come off the motorway here and highlighted this road, but because it kind of goes to a dirt track, people kind of think, you know, this can't be right.
Oh, that's classy.
That'll do. You're on the map.
But as Stuart goes past the village square, it becomes clear that El Teatro are not the only ones having a party tonight. The rival bar in town, also run by expats, has thrown down the gauntlet.
Yellowstone, for some reason, decided to have a do themselves on the same day as us. I hope it doesn't get to this catty tit for tat. So they've decided to put some live entertainment on.
Steve Fisher is like a Rod Stewart lookalike. Everybody can come and just enjoy themselves, let the hair down.
In the desert, the bar war is officially on.
They're quite hypocritical around there because we've got people who are kicking off about the noise, yet they're quite happy to walk down the road and go to the Yellowstone bar who's got live music on tonight. If it wasn't for the business, I think I'd be telling them exactly what I thought of them.
There's enough here for all of us. It's not easy out here setting up a business, and I wish them all the best.
As Amanda dons her glad rags...
First time I've put makeup on for 3 months. Forgot how to do it.
There's another big problem. One that they never expected here in the desert.
We've had flood warnings.
All those weeks of hard graft in the baking heat.
Yeah, we've got all that coming, haven't we? Is what it is.
And today, of all days...
It's raining. Yeah, it's just spitting.
If Stu's a bit worried, it's nothing compared to Amanda.
Would you credit it?
Yeah, it's not here yet. Let's just come on.
Yeah, but look at it.
OK, it's a great cloud. We can't do anything about it. No point looking at it. It's not going to go.
It's 90% of rain.
It was 100, so it's gone down now. That's miles away, that, though. Hopefully
is...
that'll fizzle out by the time it gets to us.
Yeah.
That's going to miss us. We're blowing this way.
Right.
We're getting that over there.
OK.
Does that sound convincing?
No.
No?
But you don't want to leave them chairs like that. That looks daft, doesn't it?
Will the desert storm stay away?
Look at that black cloud over there. Is it passing us or coming?
Will people come or be lured away by their rivals?
Have you seen that black cloud?
Amanda, you know, instead of being pessimistic, have you seen that black cloud? Are you ready for a good night?
It's the moment of truth. El Teatro is open for business. In the French region of the Charente, Kim and Jenny Gilbert are temporarily reunited.
Bonjour, monsieur. Ça va?
Jenny is reluctant to leave England, so husband and wife have been living apart for 8 months.
Those big sausages.
There's just no answers to that one, really, is there? Yes.
Today, Kim has taken Jenny to the local food fair to make her fall in love with this area.
This is the life, yes. Really enjoying this.
C'est la vie française.
Oh, that's good. We will eat and drink local wines and local foods here because they are so good.
The Charente is situated between Paris and Bordeaux. It is a region full of independent food and wine producers. 2/3 of the nation's goat's cheese is made here.
The food and the flavours, it's one of the reasons why you come to France. And guess what? The sun is shining outside as well, which is pretty good, yeah.
But Jenny is also here to check out the work Kim has done in preparation for her final move in 3 months' time. Today, she'll be looking at their dream house.
Right.
I'm excited.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Come on.
Sure?
Yeah. Should you be carrying me over the threshold, actually?
What?
You should be carrying me over the threshold.
I will do when it's finished.
Oh, all right.
While Jenny was in England, Kim and his friend Max knocked down the internal walls and all the first floor ceilings.
Oh, wow.
So he can rebuild bigger rooms in this classic French townhouse.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Do you like the way the fireplace is hanging in midair?
I think it's got a very nice feeling to it. It has, though. It's full of light now.
Well, yeah, but it can't stay like this.
No, obviously not.
Jenny has been very sceptical about Kim's plans to turn this into their home.
So this is the bit you've got no idea about.
Oh, my goodness.
But it sounds like she might be coming round to that idea.
That's incredible. It's actually incredible.
The whole wall is going to be left with the stones exposed.
I see leaves going across.
Well, the other thing that was thought
Grow
about
grapes.
was a rope of little sparkly lights.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, but I was building up to it. so some leaves across there. So it's got a Midsummer Night's Dream feel about it. And my bed becomes a boudoir.
Righty-ho.
Jenny might have enjoyed looking at the bigger picture.
That's my bedroom, isn't it?
Or ours. Yeah.
All right, our bedroom.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's
Now,
loads better than I thought it would be.
But she isn't sure about the little details.
Ooh.
And then,
Is
yes.
this floor safe?
It will be.
But seriously, is that safe?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Always the optimist.
It'll be gone soon, don't worry.
Right.
Jenny will fly to England tomorrow, leaving Kim and his friend Max to finish the build.
So when do you think it'll all be ready?
I've given Max until the end of June, so he's got 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
To get this to a condition where it can be lived in, and then I'll have a month to finish the decoration.
Okay. And I'm coming across in...
At the end of July, in 10 weeks' time.
10 weeks' time.
Yes.
Okay, just bear that in mind.
Yes, dear.
The race is on.
We better hurry up with it all, I think.
Will Kim manage to turn this into a home by the time his wife comes back?
I'm so proud of you.
In Marbella, it's an important day for this British-run dive centre.
We're actually really close to the wreck.
Its owner, ex-journalist Simon Bell, has organised an expedition to find a World War I wreck. The ship has been hiding at the bottom of the Mediterranean for the last 98 years, and he hopes to offer the trip to paying clients.
Typical Simon.
After their van broke down, Simon's team are stranded on the motorway.
Hello?
Simon is in the middle of the sea, trying to work out how to save the day.
It went bang. Lost steering, lost everything.
Ex-cook Vinny is also trying to get creative.
Yeah. How far are we from where we're supposed to be going? 15 minutes? 15 kilometres? Well, there's a beach here.
Does it like pick us up from here?
That's what I'm thinking.
The stranded team decide to try and signal to Simon's boat from the shore so that the boss can pick them up.
All we've got to do now is get his attention.
Time for Simon to play Where's Wally? As his team could be anywhere along this 20-mile stretch of coastline.
Call him. Call him because he's not watching. Say stop.
But just as the boat is sailing past the beach...
Well spotted. Good girl, good girl. I love it when someone uses their brain.
With their broken van abandoned, the team pick up a piece of equipment each and swim to Simon's boat to get to the dive site. Guess who's lagging behind?
Come on, old man. Come on, old man.
Simon may have had a tough time so far,
Okay, children.
but he should count himself lucky.
Who's making all that noise? Oh.
Back at home in the Marbella Hills,
No, just leave it there. It's too heavy for you.
Simon's dad, Alex, is doing his best to help the family business.
Where's Ruben? Oh, there he is. You're a good boy, aren't you?
By looking after Simon's son, Reuben, for a few hours.
Don't be rude. Shall I put some drink in here for you? Yes, what? Yes, what? Yes, please? He's a lovely lad, obviously, but he's got traits of his father, Simon. Because sometimes when Reuben kind of scolds, I go, whoa, it's Simon. I remember the childhood when Simon used to look.
Come on, hurry up. Wait to get in. So much faffing. Divers are the biggest faffers in the world.
Finally, the moment they've all been waiting for. Simon and his team start their long descent towards the place where the wreck sank 98 years ago. But as usual, someone is lagging behind. Vinny stopped to ask for directions. When he catches up with the team, 37 metres below sea level, the 100-year-old wreck finally appears. The Manapia was a British cargo ship built in Sunderland. It sank while carrying iron to Gibraltar after hitting another boat. Despite nearly a century at the bottom of the sea, it is still almost intact. It now hosts dozens of different marine species. It's another lucrative site for Simon, who plans to offer the wreck tour to his Marbella clients at a cost of €120.
Awesome! Yeah! We did like 3 circuits of the boat. It's a monster. Wow. Huge fish down there.
Absolutely massive.
We were very lucky. It's been well worthwhile, all the effort. Nice one, team. Super.
It's been another good day for Simon's new dive centre. Marred by just one little detail. Simon won't be able to drive home tonight. Luckily, his wife Natasha comes to the rescue.
My taxi's here.
I am zombied.
Sorry.
I can hardly walk.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, what a nightmare.
I know. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Is the season finishing tomorrow?
Nearly.
There are now 2 more months to go before the end of the season.
I could fall asleep right now.
Running 2 dive centres is taking its toll on the flat-out couple.
I'm on my last legs. I can't even face my drive tomorrow. Oh, God. You listening to me?
I am.
No, not really.
No, I am.
Reading emails.
But there's no time for rest.
Hello, Simply Diving.
The new dive centre is busier than ever.
Yes, yeah, pretty much every day next week.
In the desert village of Piedra Amarilla.
Evening.
It's the opening evening for Stuart and Amanda Brignall's new business, El Teatro.
Hello, I didn't say hello to you when you came in.
Amanda and Stuart have organised a hog roast and an evening of entertainment. But the freak weather forecast of desert floods is keeping customers away.
So annoying, I know. But I think it might blow over, because it's been like all day, hasn't it? But we've got away with to the point where I even put some washing out, because I thought, well, I'm wasting.
And it's not just the rain.
This next one is, have you ever seen the rain?
The rival expat bar in town has booked Spain's best Rod Stewart impersonator tonight. So guess where most of the punters are?
What, the community centre? I've never been there and I don't want to go there. Sorry, but I like it here.
They're new. This is established. So we have to stay here and patronise your own pub.
A white wine spritzer, yeah. Stu, have we not got soda water? The first thing we haven't got.
Soda water.
First customer, and there's one thing we haven't bought. Honestly, we've bought every drink you can think of. We should be cross. Just not like it with lemonade in. I feel stressed.
Stuart and Amanda are up against it.
Oh, behave. Everybody's coming for our draft beer and it's not working. First night, disasters. Everything.
Teething problems.
What should we do?
What are you asking me for?
Oh, this is scary.
But despite their inexperience...
Better.
No. It's worse.
The local expats are starting to warm to the desert's newest establishment.
Anything else?
I'll have a flake with that.
You're the second one to do that. I'm running out of flakes.
And as the Rod Stewart double prepares to sing his last number at the Yellowstone bar...
I feel a cigarette coming on.
Customers start to drift towards El Teatro. And suddenly, it's mayhem.
Just 2 seconds, my sir.
After months of criticism, this is Stu and Amanda's chance to impress the village crowd.
Pint of lager and lime. Oh, I'll do it then.
We ain't working, mate. That's what's happening.
There's so much to do. Stu, shout Laura, she said she'll help.
I'm busy in a minute, babe. Yeah, well, she's out there, I can't go out there. That's right, sorry. Have we got any euros or anything, Dave? Dave, you got any euros?
Everyone's having a laugh, everyone's enjoying themselves, it's good.
There we go.
Well, what they've done tonight, what they've put on tonight, it's good. It is, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Martini, right. First martini, man. First martini, do it, girl.
I've done it already.
Oh, yeah, she's coping really well, to be honest with you. I thought she was going to be stressing a bit, but she's done really well, yeah. We haven't had a crossword yet. It will come.
Stuart! Stuart.
Amanda,
No, you do it. No, Stuart. No, honestly.
You're the one that's front, go.
Their only crossword is over who makes the speech.
Why change your local lifetime?
Right, I'd just like to say thank you for everybody for coming tonight. Me and Stu have worked really hard for the last 10 weeks, and it's lovely to see all these smiling faces and lots of new friends. Thank you.
Amanda and Stu can finally let their hair down. It's been a resounding success.
We had seats for 130 people, and there's been people standing, so we must have had over 150 people here. Just looked out the kitchen door now, and everyone's up dancing, so yeah, that's what I like to see, yeah.
El Teatro's opening night was so good it carried on until the morning.
Oh, it stinks out here, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Amanda and Stu have shown the village how to put on a good party. Months of criticism and delays suddenly mean nothing.
They all need polishing, Stu, properly.
They're fine. Shut up.
Now it's time to count their cash.
After bills and everything, I think you'd get $250.
What?
No, more.
Maybe about 500 quid.
Right.
For the opening night. It far exceeded what we thought was going to happen, to be honest with you. I would have been happy if there'd have been 70 or 80 people there.
That's
Future's bright, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Future's bright in sunny Spain.
Yeah.
As long as we can keep that up.
Even though it's raining today.
Even though it's raining today.
On the Costa del Sol, Simon and Natasha Bell have recently expanded their scuba diving business by opening a new dive centre in posh Marbella. They have not had a day off since and have had to turn customers away.
How many more are coming?
That's all, that's it.
But today is a great day for Natasha and Simon.
She's been coming here for 10 years.
A new au pair, Abby, has arrived from the UK to look after 2-year-old son, Reuben.
This August is really crazy, so...
So do you work like every day?
Yeah. So this is why we need help, because we don't have 9-to-5 jobs.
Finally, the moment they've all been waiting for. The end of their childcare worries.
Hello! Who's this? This is Abby.
Hello, how are you?
Want to give Abby a little kiss? This is Abby.
With an au pair at home, Simon and Natasha can finally concentrate on their business. And that's not a moment too soon. The couple's original diving centre in Torremolinos has been trading steadily, but at the Marbella dive shop, the flow of tourists just never stops.
It's supposed to be a quiet afternoon. While all my minions are underwater, I get the joy of washing everyone's wetsuits. I was initially going to try and split my time between the two dive centres, but I haven't been able to do that at all. I've been here in Marbella pretty much constantly, so I'm still working sometimes 16, 17, 18-hour days. And yeah, just being a lot busier than we thought we would. So we're going to need to invest in even more equipment.
On top of Simon's list is a new compressor. So far, Simon has been filling tanks at his Torremolinos shop, 30 miles away, there and back every day. But today, Marbella shop becomes totally independent.
The compressor weighs God knows how many hundreds of kilos. You're touching this bollard here, mate. And we've got to get it right into the back of the shop. There was about 4 of us managed to lift it 2 inches yesterday. I haven't shown you the bill, how much this costs.
I don't want to see it.
But if I did show you it, you'll know how important it is not to drop it.
I'd go home and wait till you actually put it in without.
Go.
This €8,000 investment makes a big dent on the season's profits, but will allow Simon to concentrate on getting even more clients.
Push! It's going to be incredible. It's going to save me literally hours a day and a lot of diesel in running backs and forwards in the minibuses. So as soon as we can plug it in, we'll be able to get this up and running. Our new little baby. Is it going to fit through? Did anyone do a measurement of getting it through the archway?
Did you not measure it, seriously?
I measured it for the space it was going into.
Great business sense, Simon.
A bit more.
Not sure about the practical skills.
A bit more, that'll do.
That's it. It's turning it around that post.
Yeah.
I've taken that post out. Okay. Thank God I've got a good team. That'll do. Superb.
1, 2, 3.
So far this season, the dive centre made a good profit.
These are all new wetsuits. Nice, brand new wetsuits for the clients.
But Simon's decided to reinvest all his money, which doesn't please the firm's accountant, his wife, Natasha.
Just because we're doing well now doesn't mean we might be doing well in 6 months' time. You know, we have to pace ourselves.
But it seems that Simon doesn't know what that means. He's already thinking about his next venture, another 50 miles down the road in Gibraltar.
There's just one dive centre in the whole of Gibraltar that, to be honest, does need a little bit of competition. They're sitting on one of the best dive sites in Europe in terms of incredible marine life and some fantastic shipwrecks.
Simon may be dreaming about setting up in Gibraltar, but he knows that that won't be easy.
Untold amount of permits and permissions and stuff that we need, and I'm quite happy to take on the Gibraltar government, the maritime agency, the port authorities, and yeah, of all of that, the toughest one is convincing Natasha.
Simon's proved he can run 2 diving centres, but will he be able to run 3? Next time.
Who's going first?
As they start enjoying their new life in the sun. There's no going back for Amanda and Stu.
I've got my burial plot somewhere over there.
Oh, Stuart! Jenny finally moves to France.
I feel relaxed already, just because it's warm.
But how long will her new stress-free life last?
Kim wasn't very satisfied with my parcels, but it was unprofessional and he had to redo it, which I was quite hurt about.
And Simon, the tough businessman, finally cracks.
I know he's got this hard exterior.
No, he's got tears in his eyes already.
As the diving centre prepares for expansion.